It's 3:17.
This meeting is being live streamed. All right.
Cool.
Good for that.
Got it.
Oh,
Setting up
shoot,
your
I gotta
meeting.
tell my
need
mom.
to do
Oh yeah,
Renee.
tell your mom.
I will tweet a thing with all of you once I have a link.
fabulous. And then I will retweet the tweet. And I will pour my Coke before I get confused and accidentally try and drink it out the bottle, which would be entertaining for people.
What should we name
Right.
the rug?
That's a good question.
That is an
Bit
important
shaggy.
question.
It's a rug of smothering.
Scooby?
I mean, that's like what it came as. I feel like, does it have to live its whole life as a rug of smothering? Maybe it becomes a rug of like comforting.
Cuddles.
Yeah.
Oh, cuddles.
That's the best
rug.
name.
Yes.
I mean, I'm just, it lived a life of a rug of smothering when it was in service to jackal wares.
I'm writing this down.
Okay.
So if you're going to change your mind,
Does
do
it
that.
does it need a
Cuddles the
middle
rug?
name? Because if it does, I'm voting Tassels.
Ooh.
What is its last name?
Oh, that's
Its last name is Turkish.
Oh,
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Turkish word for tassels?
What is the Turkish word for tassels?
I don't know. Somebody's
Google.
gonna tell us now.
I'm gonna find out.
Cuddles mixed mothers.
So it's
Puskula.
Puskula.
Oh,
Puskula is the way that Google just pronounced it when I asked.
Puskula.
I don't think I can keep away from making that dirty. So
How do we feel about Russian? Like a Russian carpet
Or
costume?
Oh, how about Cuddles Home Goods? No, I'm kidding.
Yes, please.
Cuddles
Cuddles
Pottery
IKEA.
IKEA Cuddles.
Oh wait. What is it in Swedish? There we go.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's like
That's
Schloom.
Russian again. I don't want Russian. I do. Okay, DuckDuckGo is now obsessed with Russian. Swedish. Topsa is tassels.
What about
Topsa.
in Persian?
Oh, can you read
Oh.
Persian?
No.
How about
But Google can
Misa?
tell me.
Meiser? Misa, I believe, is Swedish for cuddles.
We're learning so many. What's it in Elvish? Okay.
Oh,
I
you
like
can
the
memorize a word.
translation Klingon, please. Tassels.
DuckDuckGo does not offer a translation to Elvish or Klingon. I'm afraid to say.
Oh,
Oh wait, no,
really?
I lie. It has Klingon. Rug is chop.
Chop.
Yeah, as in chat.
Nice.
Cuddles is blaka.
Hmm.
And tassels.
Kind of surprised that Klingon has a word for cuddles.
I think we're gonna
too.
stick with
Yeah.
Cuddles.
Yeah, I think
The
just
gay.
straight cuddles.
Yeah, we'll just go straight
Also,
Cuddles.
Sounds
good.
does Klingon have a word for rug? I don't
Yeah, it
know.
does.
Okay. Like, do we have
That
a
makes
lot of
sense.
Klingon interior decorators? I don't know. They seem to go.
I
there's just-
think
I feel
that's
like
really judgmental, Tony. That
I just
you
feel like-
assume that they
Tony,
wouldn't
no, don't try and
enjoy.
pigeonhole. Just
Have
Well-
you not seen
Soft.
Star Trek 6? Star Trek 6 implies many other vocations for Klingons
Okay.
than just
it just feels
fighters,
like they're
so-
into a lot of exposed hardwood and
So
steel.
we,
They don't. I'm
we
like,
mostly see the warrior class.
yes, that's
So,
true.
yeah.
I'm just saying we never see a Klingon throw pillow. So,
Probably see Klingons throw other things though.
yeah.
we do see them throw pillows.
Yeah.
All pillows are throw pillows in Klingon culture. So, yep. Hi nerds. It looks like the YouTube stream is working. People
Hooray.
have said that they can hear us, and hopefully they can hear everybody.
Can they hear Dan?
Yeah.
No, Dan is
Oh,
not
Oh
on
no,
here.
that's
Oh.
a problem.
If
What?
you can hear
Wait,
Dan,
they can't hear Dan? Oh my god.
Oh no.
Wait. Who can do Dan's voice? I can't do Dan's voice.
Hey,
I'm-
I'm Dan
I'm
in here. It's me, Dan
my
from Boston,
books.
Massachusetts. Read my
I'm Dan's
books. Go
podcast-
Red Sox.
I'm his podcast twinsy, but not like that.
I was
Alright.
Dan
That way.
Morin, so I mean,
Assistant to the
Hi, Dan.
Dungeon
Hi,
Master, Dan Moran.
There are
Those
some
Williams
people
friends.
that have a hard time telling Dan Morin and John Syracuse's voices apart,
What?
which I find very
What?
amusing because they have no similarity.
Okay, who can get John on
Wow.
here like stat?
Yeah.
it was cute till all dance.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Anyway, I didn't call out those specific people, but I live with one of them. So anyway,
Dramatic
they
music.
could be anybody.
That parrot, I
Um,
mean, really needs to work on
Kappa.
it. So-
Kappa. All right. Listeners, live stream / bootleg, we are going to play some D&D today, I think is the plan. This is the part where I ramble and make sure that everything is all set before we actually start the episode. So how's everyone been doing? People were leveling up their characters. People are recording.
Mhm.
We got all our
Lots of
technology,
recordings.
technologizing.
Yep.
There's
Now, yes.
multiplicizing.
Any reason we shouldn't save the rest of our shenanigans for the actual adventure?
Let's shenanigans. Wait, what
All
is
right.
this? Is this called shenanigans?
No, this adventure, we are playing the level 4 Candlekeep adventure. For people that listen to the level 2 adventure, which I'm totally remembering the name of,
Mazzaroth's Mighty Digressions.
Mazzaroth Mighty
Yeah.
Digressions.
Wow,
Um,
Erica.
We
Nice.
had so much interest in Candlekeep adventures that I basically split that group. Half of them went direct to level 4. Half of them will be in another level 3 adventure that I'll start recording next week. So this adventure features both new and returning characters from previous Candlekeep adventures. So yeah,
And there's a rich backstory for the two levels.
Rich
that you
backstory.
didn't hear.
Yes.
It's all in our heads.
Actually,
Use your
that's what we're naming the rug.
imagination, and it's that, but better.
Yeah,
There's a rug.
there's a rug. That's all you need to know. There's a rug and 1 level's worth of mishaps.
We're just doing
happens
foreshadowing
off
here.
camera
There's a
with the
rug.
Yeah.
It will
You
come
know-
in handy
Yeah.
later.
I feel like we really need to stop to. No, I'm gonna save that for the podcast, for the actual podcast.
Okay.
For the actual
All
podcast.
right.
I am so excited now.
I know.
One of Aline's mighty digressions.
Mm.
Oh, my favorite.
Mine too.
Hello, nerds, and welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, he, him, your dungeon master. Today, we are starting off a new adventure, something we'll always like to do here at Total Party Kill, because new adventure brings with it new players, returning characters, and, it's just a feeling of potential and possibility. All these ideas I have in my head that have yet to come crashing down as the players come impacting with them. I am full of hope and aspirations that will just they have not been completely deflated yet. Let us meet our players who will be soon to destroy all my hopes and dreams. I'll introduce our players and they will introduce their characters, including some new characters, and we will get into it. So I should mention we are playing the level 4 Candlekeep adventure, which is called Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme from the Candlekeep Mysteries collection of adventures. So first up, it's Aline Sims. Hi, Aline.
Hi, I play Lapsus. Hi, I play
Lapsus.
Lapis, the Tabaxi cleric. Our pronouns are she, her.
Thanks, Aline. Next up, it's Erica Ensign.
Hello, I am playing Fritatha. There's an obnoxious apostrophe in there. Fritatha. I am a Goliath barbarian and possibly related to Goliath barbarian you might know from another campaign. Just saying.
Through
Our
time and
pronouns-
space.
Our pronouns are she, her.
Also joining us, it's Tiff Armette. Hi, Tiff.
Hey, I'm a she, her playing a he, him, and it's Paulie Quartz, the rock gnome druid. You might remember me from such adventures as other adventures.
Perfect.
That's all I got.
You have a sidekick also. I don't know if you want to mention the sidekick, mainly because it may be helpful for you remembering that you have a sidekick. I forget player sidekicks real fast.
Two
It's okay.
sidekicks.
He'll. I have one main sidekick. His name is Little Anthony. He is a quasit, but he's nice and tame now. He's pretty chill, unless you get on his wrong side, and then he's probably gonna bite you. And also we got this rug. We named it Cuddles. So Cuddles is our new addition here.
Like an assistant sidekick. You're building out a whole bureaucracy under.
I like to call it a crew. I don't know. Just that's what comes to me.
Also joining us, new to Candlekeep, but a returning player here at Total Party Kill, it's Rosemary Orchard. Hi, Rosemary.
Hello, I am Rosemary, she, her, playing Tulipa Flows, she, her, who is a fairy wizard with a cat, which may or may not look a little bit like an octopus, but that's beside the point. And the cat's name is Octavia, because a cat needs a real name. And as I'm a fairy wizard, I may or may not be slightly smaller than the cat. That is to be determined at a later date.
Now, Tulipa Floss, you may something just a seed to plant is that admission into to the Candlekeep Library does require the donation of one book. It has to be a book that does not currently exist in the collection. So you might want to think about what book you have donated to get into admittance. I think all of our other players have previously made donations. We have one other returning Candlekeeper, and that's Kathy Campbell. Hi, Kathy.
Hello, I am she/her, and I am playing Hermione. She/her, who is a centaur fighter.
Excellent. So this group includes some of the folks from Masterhouse Mighty Digressions, as well as I'm bad at math here. Is so what math? 4 people? Does Lil Haney count as a person? That's offensive. 4 player characters from Masterhouse Mighty Digressions and Tulipa Floss, who you met on the road back to Candlekeep.
Well, I wasn't part of Master.
Oh, okay.
I was
But you
the
have-
previous one where I was crawling in an attic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
so-
crawled through the ceiling for us.
Yes.
I remember that. I had forgotten who was and wasn't in the thing I played before because I'm real bad at keeping track of people.
No,
Yeah,
so
Sorry.
it's fine.
At the end of the previous adventure, a raven had like arrived at the campsite, and basically, I think Frittata and Polly and the rug and little Anthony were like, "You guys got this.
Yep.
We're heading off." So we went somewhere else. We had some adventures. Basically, picture an 8-foot Goliath barbarian carrying a rolled up rug on one shoulder and a rock gnome druid on the other shoulder, possibly with a little closet like flying around overhead, and just having some fun until we run into this super sweet, cool centaur, and then we have some more wacky adventures before we head back to Candlekeep.
Okay. And we're just going to say for the purpose of story economy, you have met Tulipa Floss. That could be literally just minutes ago, basically waiting in line to get back into Candlekeep, or you could say that you've been traveling together for as much time as you as players wish to establish. But you're all going to arrive back at Candlekeep together. And it is true, the book dropped off by a raven. Townley, as played by Monty Ashley, totally swooped that book and is going to go off on his own other book-related adventure, because every adventure in Candlekeep involves a book that is a problem, that is an opportunity.
That's awesome. And yeah, Aline, you can decide if Lapis wanted to go on our crazy adventures or other crazy adventures.
I think Lapis is pretty invested in figuring out what's going on with the drought, which is the whole reason why we went to Candlekeep, and probably hightailed it back to the library to page through more books.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
There's always more research to be done. So as you are arriving at Candlekeep, you are getting there just before nightfall, and they are there's a bit of people are kind of antsy to get through the gates into Candlekeep as they're about to be shut for the night. And it looks like there was a big event that took place. The Court of Air, which is the big kind of huge courtyard within the walls of Candlekeep. For Candlekeep is, it is a huge, immense library with adjoining buildings. Is it a walled city? Is it a library? It's both. It's a little heavy on the library, a little light on the city, but people are eager to get inside before the gates close for the night. And it does look like you are basically arriving after some kind of huge event happened. There's all kinds of kind of stalls set up for selling books and performances and food and whatnot in the Court of Air that are like being packed up for the night. So the Candlekeep Library seems unusually busy. A lot more people kind of milling around than the usual kind of solemn, quiet affairs. So I think many of you are returning visitors to Candlekeep. So you just I think there's a magic sigil rubber stamp that they put on your hand. that you
It
just
only
wave
shows up
for
under
re-entry.
black light.
Yeah, only under magic black light. So you don't have to bring a new book every
Okay.
time. I mean, I think
Oh,
your book
Thank
Your book
goodness.
covers you for at least a year, right?
Okay. I mean, I wrote
so-
the book I gave them, so I don't have time to write another one right now.
You do
guys.
not have time to write another book. So you get waved in. Tulipa, are you a returning patron to Candlekeep, or is this your first time through? In which case you will be asked by the monk-like order of librarians that maintain Candlekeep Library for a book donation.
Well, I have yet to visit Candlekeep, therefore I must donate a book.
Mhm.
And therefore I will be donating High Fire by Oin Colfer. which is a new book by him, but it's full of magical dragons, which I understand that could be of interest to
the
librarians.
new release is always exciting here to get at Candlekeep. They mainly, they're those get checked out real fast. So your book is graciously accepted by an avowed who looks like he is very eager to get off shift and wave through into the main Court of Air courtyard in the Candlekeep. So it does seem like Candlekeep is kind of on the verge of shutting down for the evening. You can hear kind of like the ruckus coming from the Hearth and the House of Rest, which is the kind of tavern and inn over on the south side of Candlekeep. Is clearly lots of people already there. Some of the other businesses that are inside the Court of Air are kind of closing up for the night. You see the blacksmith kind of like closing the gates and he's literally closing the barn door on the stables. Temple of Ogma, which is the shrine to the god of knowledge, is closing up. The House of Binding is already shut for the night. There's the emerald doors leading into the inner sanctuary of Candlekeep, all vaulted up, and it looks like you are just here just in time to maybe find somewhere to sleep and then set out on whatever adventures might await you the next day.
Is there a place that, as returners, is there a place that we would automatically go back to sleep? Or every time you come into Candlekeep, do you have to check in with a porter or something like that and be told what room you
would need to check in at the Hearth and purchase rooms? Okay. Either in the Hearth and the House of Rest are kind of the two inns in Candlekeep. House of Rest is a little bit more quiet. The Hearth is a little bit more boisterous. But yeah, I think you're probably not of the financial means that you just have like a room on reserve, whether you're there or not, given the amount of time you spend on the road. So right. You head over to the Hearth.
Friends, shall we head to the Hearth?
Heck yeah.
Good.
All right. The Hearth is, of course, the tavern, the only tavern in Candlekeep, and it is, sometimes it is a quiet, somber place of silent study, but today it seems to be a particularly raucous place. It seems like you all just missed some kind of festival and the after party is taking place in the Hearth. There are people telling lots of stories. Seems like there is just like an extra number of bards in town. There are multiple musical performances happening in kind of in different corners of the Hearth, but really not spaced far enough apart that they are not overlapping into just kind of a cacophony. And it is, some people are having a grand old time. Depending on how your day has been of traveling on the road, you may be weary and a bit overwhelmed by the noise and boisterous and all of this. But this is, the Hearth is a place where adventurers, scholars, and bards come together to share stories and knowledge of the outside world. And it seems filled to the rafters today.
I'm 8 feet tall, so I would like to look around from this like high vantage point and sort of get the lay of the land as much as I can. Are there any sort of open spaces? Are there any groups of people that look particularly interesting? How is the line to check in? Like, can you give me a bit of an overview from literally overviewing?
There are lots of people, and you see adventurers of all sorts, some that look, let's just say lower level than you, a bunch that seem higher level. Some people seem dressed in some kind of strange costume, possibly related to the festival that you just missed out on. There's multiple people that seem to have improvised large floppy hats and fake mustaches of varying quality. But there is space over by the bar, and you Frittata would probably know, Bartleby is the one of the bartenders at the Hearth, and he would be a person, you see him, he's a dwarf moving around behind the bar that you could talk to about accommodations.
All right, then I will start like using my bulk to sort of push a way for all of us to get through the crowd over to check in with Bartleby. Okay. For anybody who wants to follow me.
I'll hang out at the back of the group to keep people away, just kind of flicking my tail, make sure, we have our space.
Yeah.
Love it.
You are, right. I think you are quite an interesting crew here with, you got a rock gnome, a Goliath barbarian, a tabaxi, a centaur, and a fairy and a cat, and a rug and a quasi. So, people give you a little bit.
Really big And then 2 really small and Lapis.
Yep. People give you space, and the hearth is it's certainly crowded today, but the hearth this is not a place where you have ever seen a bar fight or any kind of violence. This is not a place where you're in any kind of physical danger. Right now, your greatest danger might be that somebody would spill your drink because of how crowded it is and how lack of elbow rooms. But the hearth is not a place of shady and spooky places, but a place where people from all over come to share good stories. And it doesn't hurt. You're within the walls of Candlekeep. The Avowed, the librarian monks that maintain Candlekeep, they're even if the atmosphere of it was not very kind of peaceful and harmonious, the Avowed would certainly tolerate no violence whatsoever. And Tulipa, you would have been kind of pointed in the direction that would have been familiar to the rest of you of the rules of conduct for behavior within Candlekeep, which in general are no violence, and then a whole set of rules about what you are and aren't allowed to do with books. So Frittata, you make your way over, and there's there's space in the bar. Bartleby is kind of moving back and forth trying to serve as many people as possible, but you are an 8-foot tall Goliath, so I think you get his attention.
Yeah, so to describe Frittata a bit, I am an 8-foot tall barbarian, a large black woman with a red mohawk, and from a distance it's just like, oh yeah, this is this very tough lady, but when you get close and you look into her eyes, you realize she's haunted. She has seen some stuff, and it's been rough stuff. So I would just like to point out that commoners will extend me every courtesy and do their utmost to help me, unless I've shown myself to be a danger to them, which I have not. I've met Bartleby before. So, I'm playing that card and sort of using the haunted eyes to be like, hi, Bartleby, we are back. And we have brought a new friend, and we would really appreciate some lodgings for the evening.
Oh, Frittata, it's good to see you. Well, you are getting in a little late, and you can see we are very crowded. Give me 1 minute. I will see what I can do. We're dealing with a lot right now. Here's a beverage, and he puts a mug of something on the bar
I'll
and
drink
runs
it.
off. Okay. It is warm.
Is it supposed to be?
Unclear. Probably. It's not bad.
Whatever. I'm not cookie.
All right. So the tavern is very crowded. It is loud. And Bartleby and his staff are scurrying back and forth, putting out beverages and bowls of stew, because I think that's what you serve in taverns for people. But this place is very crowded. Do you want to talk to anyone or do anything before Bartleby returns in just a moment?
I'm not going to, but my pals might want to.
I mean, I'm just gonna have a look around and see if I can see anything, because I'm a fairy, so I kind of hover. But I'm probably hovering, I guess, around Erica's height.
Okay.
Similar, so.
There's lots of adventures. There's lots of people that look like they might be scholars. They're kind of like, I feel like they're probably kind of squeezed into the middle of the hearth, trying to put themselves as far away from the bards as they can. So there's kind of like, imagine a big giant room with 4 different concerts happening, and then like a room of like a column of nerds in the middle, trying to read quietly to themselves, but really they've managed to just place themselves at where the 4 concerts overlap. So that's a lot. There are these people in kind of strange costumes. There is an ogre in here, even larger than Frittata, big towering creature. He seems to have kind of a sparkly headband and also some kind of improvised costume that looks vaguely robot-like. I don't know if you know what robots are, but he's done something with a crate that he's painted gray, that he's wearing, and people are kind of giving him a lot of room just because he's kind of clumsy moving around he might be dancing, he might be having some kind of medical reaction to stew. It's unclear. So
Excellent.
Bartleby returns.
Wide berth.
Okay. Bartleby returns to your direction, Frittata. He looks nervous. Well, I'm really sorry about this. I have good news and bad news. Yeah.
I guess the bad news first, please.
The bad news is all of the normal rooms in the Hearth and the House of Rest are unfortunately all booked up at this point. Real sorry about that. It's, big day today and lots of extra visitors, and we are just booked solid.
What was going on here before you get to the good news? I am curious about what the event was.
Oh, we had the big book festival. People dress up as some of their favorite characters, readings from books. It was, a real scholastic book fair.
Oh yeah, the BBF.
I thought you were going to say people dressed up as their favorite books, and I really wanted to picture that.
Honestly, as a human being, a book fair with cosplay sounds pretty great.
That sounds
Doesn't it?
incredible.
Yeah,
And
I
you
want to be.
just missed it.
Yep.
Darn it.
Okay. Good news.
Well, obviously you being who you are and me being who I am, we can offer you an excellent discount rate on the overflow rooms.
Do I know what the overflow rooms
You
are?
have never heard of the overflow rooms for Tata.
How steep of a discount are we talking?
What's your best offer?
2 gold pieces.
That would be overpaying for these
Would it be?
these
Oh,
rooms. Bartleby says.
Neither I nor Furtata has a good idea of what the economy in this library is. At this
What's
point,
a normal room cost?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's something we would know.
I think a normal room probably costs. This is the thing I should know. There's totally a table for this in the Dungeon Master's book. I suspect a normal room costs like a gold piece. So,
okay.
we can work it out in the morning. I don't want to trust me. This is, you're practically doing us a favor.
I've slept in some pretty shady, awful places. I am.
This is nothing like this.
I'm a little concerned for my friends, and I turn to everybody else and say, "A gang? No, what is it? Crew? That's it. Crew. What do you think? There's apparently some overflow rooms."
I mean, we're in the library. We're inside the gates of the library.
Do the people in the overflow rooms fold corners on books? Do we need to be worried about that level of
dog-ear them?
barbarianism?
Those people aren't allowed in, I bet.
Yeah, I think there's a big warning sign.
Yeah,
of it
damage
Yeah.
to
that has a history
Candlekeep
of
would
that.
be very.
There's a magical ward against this kind
Okay,
of
so we're not
people.
going to be dealing with that kind of dangerous person in here. So
No.
should be fine.
Yeah.
I got an idea. Let's go camping. Anybody?
Is
I
that
think
allowed?
the overflow room sounds great. It's going to be nice. And is there a roof?
Oh, yes. In a way,
then perfect.
sorry,
Let's do
I
it.
slipped out of my Bartleby. In a way, there's lots of roofs.
Okay. Is there a floor and multiple walls?
Yeah.
Is it enclosed?
It is very enclosed.
Uh-oh.
Very
It would-
Camping's
We can
looking
fit
not
in
so
this
bad
room.
now,
Are we
huh?
gonna fit?
It would be hard for it to be less enclosed. But here, let me show you the way.
That sounds
Bar-
like a great idea.
Bartleby flips up
Sounds
the
like
bar.
a person.
And he opens. There's a staff only door behind in the space behind the bar, and assuming you follow him, he leads the way down a very kind of cramped, narrow kind of passageway through some storerooms behind the bar of the Hearth, and leads you to there's kind of just a hatch at the end of this long kind of room packed full of kegs of beer and various supplies for making food and whatnot. And Bartleby opens the hatch. There's a short drop or with a ladder, and you can see kind of a warmish
centaur with
glow.
us.
Oh, don't worry. I'm very nimble.
Okay.
Mhm.
We learned this in the attic.
Okay.
Yeah,
good to know.
the accessibility of this space is not great. And Bartleby says, "Welcome to Firefly Seller. This is kind of like an annex of Candlekeep Library. There are collections down there, and you would be staying with some of the avowed and anyone else already in the overflow housing. But I'm told it's very nice."
So, as an acolyte of my
Mhm.
faith, I feel like I'd be kind of right at home here.
Mm-hmm. There is the smell of dry books wafting up.
I mean,
Oh,
hey,
I love
we're all
that.
in, I think.
That's the
right?
best.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That musty smell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
More dry book smell.
Yeah, as a lone barbarian wandering the land looking for her long lost brother, I feel like this would be fine for me. So I'm
Yeah.
just checking out with everybody else. Like,
How long is the drop? Will I be able to get back up?
I think it's like a 5-foot drop, and then you can see there's like a spiral staircase headed down.
Okay, so I should be.
Oh, okay.
It poses accessibility quandaries. Certainly, this seems like, why would you design a thing that has a hatch into a spiral staircase? Why wouldn't you make the spiral staircase go just a little bit taller?
Yeah.
I think certainly we can question the design of this place. I think there are other things that you will discover about the design of this place that suggest that design is a strong word to have used so much as just.
So basically, I can stand at the top of the spiral to get back out. I can stand on my hind legs to go up.
Yeah, you'll have to kind of do like a
then,
centaur pull up, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I got it.
Cool.
It's no big. It's not a problem.
All right.
You almost
I know.
You almost a little poorly over there.
I've had a lot of Paulie in my ears because I listened to him all day. I should have listened to my own, podcast and remembered who I am. But it's fine. I know Paulie.
I'm sure you can do it.
So I gotta say, little Anthony has thrown a bit of a fit. He is 3 stars or above kind of person. But I'm trying to talk him off the ledge. So we can make this work.
All right.
I mean, I think the cat's not particularly happy. Cats don't really like strange places, but it'll be fine.
No, I'm Paulie.
All right. So let's say that you descend the ladder. There's some stairs. The stairs spiral down. There's kind of a warm glow coming from this, and it smells like books and wooden furniture. The spiral staircase opens. It continues down, but it opens into a large room. It's a huge circular room. And it contains these curved dark wood bookcases packed with books of all kinds of shapes, sizes, and ages. There are flowers and ceramic pots that are kind of lining the tops of the shelves that honestly give this place kind of a nice homey fragrance. There are alcoves around the library that have statues or little reading chairs in them. And hanging from the ceiling over kind of an overlook that looks down on even more levels is a giant is statue the right word? A giant stone sculpture of an open book, as if in flight. And I will show you a map of this space.
Yay.
I put your tokens just kind of off to the top right there. And as you kind of look into this space, so the stairs do keep going down if you want, but looking into this space, there is a somewhat older looking, this creature appears to be a sun elf. She is dressed in kind of fancy robes, but with hints of purple, that being the color choice of the avowed, the librarians. There she's perched on top of a ladder, arranging some of the flower pots at the very top of the bookshelf. And she calls out to you, Edgar, is that you? Are you back?
No Edgar here.
Oh, she kind of looks at you from on top of the ladder. It's a little awkward. Visitors, welcome. I am Scribe Varnir. Sorry for the state of things. As you can see, the restorations is a work in progress. I will be with you shortly. You know what? Actually, could you take these books down to Edgar, and you will find, I assume you're looking for the overflow housing. Your rooms are on the most bottom level.
Okay, I'm curious. I've never seen these rooms before. This is fantastic. Is there perhaps a section in here about interdimensional travel or the activities of Onis? Just curious.
Well, the Firefly Seller is a bit of a strange place. This is where we do kind of book repairs, and there's a lot of overflow storage here, not just for visitors, but for books. So the section is a strong word. Very much here a work in progress here in Firefly Cellar.
All right. I'm gonna flash my haunted look and just be like, if you happen to run across any tomes that cover those things, I would very much appreciate you getting in touch with me. My name is Frittata. I'm looking for my brother. He is another Goliath barbarian. His name is Rafflekish. And if you if you happen to find anything about interdimensional travel or Onis, he was taken by one many years ago, and it's very important to me to find him.
Oh, I will.
But for now, I will be happy to take these books for you.
I will keep my eyes open, and perhaps if we can't find something here, maybe we can find something in the main collection tomorrow. But it's what stories we might share later. It's good to meet you.
Indeed.
And I've put I set this up a little bit differently. Do you see kind of to the right of the map? There's a picture of Varnir. And information. I'm going to do it that way, so it just stays kind of persistent.
Where did you get your shoes, Varnir? Those are beautiful. Obviously, I can't wear them, but I just adore shoes.
They are quite lovely. Varnir is wearing, I don't know how to describe these. Are those calf high? They're almost knee high boots with kind of fancy binding all up the side. And these old things, I inherited them actually. But
they
yes,
look like giant spats.
Yes.
Well, I think I quite like them.
They're lovely.
You know, you're always on your feet here in Candlekeep, and so you've got to stay comfortable.
Yes.
They call it candle feet. Hey.
I don't think that makes any sense, but you seem like a delight.
Oh, he is.
Right back at you.
Yes. Well, Edgar will be waiting for those books.
Of course.
Yeah, if it's too many for me, I'll pass them around.
It is
and
not.
I'll carry some
It
books.
is, it is significantly less books than one Goliath could carry.
And probably significantly more books than one fairy can carry.
Correct.
Is there a tiny chat book I could just like hand?
A bookmark.
Yeah, there's like a pamphlet on the top is a pamphlet. The pamphlet is so you want to know about magic.
Aww.
It looks extremely self-published. All
right.
So just to make sure we're kind of oriented right, you can all see this map hopefully okay. This is kind of the top level of Firefly Seller. I guess I should mention, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, the illumination for this section of the library is these kind of lantern-like things that are illuminated by fireflies. That's the name Firefly Seller. So they give off kind of a warm glow to it.
Cozy.
Yeah, very cozy. So Varnir is there arranging books, and the stairs that you all emerge from there also head down to lower levels. Okay. There's also an overlook here for the level and various statues, reading chairs, whatnot in the many nooks around Firefly Seller. So what next, adventurers?
I actually really dig this place, and I'm super pleased that all of the other rooms were taken.
Right? This
Yeah,
is
it's pretty
so
cool.
pretty.
Although
I'm
wait
gonna
until we get
go
down to
there.
wherever we're supposed to sleep.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be totally fine and normal. We're going to have comfortable beds. We're going to wake up in the morning and continue on our normal thing.
This is one of those adventures where you're so well rested, you just wake up and you're a level higher, and we just go on to the next one.
Yep, that's totally
honestly,
manifested in that.
Considering how life has been lately and how my sleep has been lately, that sounds like the perfect kind of like escapist RPG thing. Your character has a good night's sleep.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, Erica, I hope we're still friends after this.
Oh no.
Teehee. All right, yeah, I say like I look around and
Yeah.
you guys good to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, you head down the spiral staircase to the next level. This will be on the map. It'll just be kind of below where you all were looking. If you want to slide down that way. Shoot. Just making things of it. The spiral staircase goes down. It ends at this level. This level is similar. It's a huge circular room with lots of curved bookcases. Description of this room. Frittata, I'll assume that you are leading the way with the books. A small child runs right into you and bounces off you.
I get that
she
a lot.
looks up at you with kind of wide eyes. It appears to be maybe a 5 or 6 year old girl, and then just immediately runs off in the other direction into the stacks. Looking around, this seems to be yet more books storage. Lots of huge concentric rings of wooden bookcases, musty, overwhelming smell of books in the air. Looking across the area between the bookshelves, you can see a big granite table in the center of the circular bookshelves. An old man in the robes of the avowed is working there. The small girl that collided with you seems to enter from another direction and run in circles around the old man while he good-naturedly shushes her.
Are you? What was the name? Edgar? That she had said upstairs.
Edgar, I think.
Edgar. Okay, I
Edgar.
can't. I have it zoomed out so much I can't read it. Are you Edgar?
Oh, yes, I'm Edgar. What can I do for you?
My name is Frittata. These are my friends Polly, Hermione, Lapis, Tulipa, and company. And we are apparently staying in some overflow rooms. And Farnier asked me to deliver these books to you, and I hand the books over.
Oh, these are not for me. This is for one of
flutter
the.
over and drop the pamphlet on top and
Uh,
go,
yes,
sit,
well,
go
yes.
sit on Hermione's back for a moment to recatch my breath.
Well, yeah, and please keep your voices down. I'm trying to get my child to settle down here. These are actually for one of the scholars staying with us down in the overflow rooms. You'll meet him shortly, I expect. If you wouldn't I'm sure you wouldn't mind. It's strong, hardy adventurers such as yourselves taking these down to the bottom level. You'll find your rooms there. Help yourself to anything that's not already occupied.
Thank you.
Gilby collides with Hermione and giggles loudly. Gilby being the small child. Ebder says, Gilby, you're adorable, but we need to get you to sleep soon. Gilby sounds like a small child.
All right.
I want to sleep.
Is it the stairs that we were already coming down, or are there other stairs?
Ebder points you across the giant room to another set of stairs that go down to the further. I will also mention there's a door on the north and south side of this big circular room, but they have kind of staff only signs on them.
All right. I mean, I'll just shrug and start trudging
Yeah.
toward the staircase unless somebody stops me.
Yeah, I'll just flutter
All
up
right.
a little bit and conveniently, covertly look around just to see if
Okay.
there's anything interesting up there whilst on my way, because this is very clearly how fairies fly when not encumbered by pamphlets.
And I'm sorry, Tulipa, which thing did you want to look at, I guess?
I was just gonna have a look around and see if there was anything interesting on this level in general, that maybe would be out
sure.
of sight otherwise.
You were looking around. It does seem like, this is there are these kind of like work tables set up there's this big work table set up in the middle of the room, divided up into spaces. It's like there was a big circle with little wedges cut out of it. There are stacks of books along it. This place is kind of a mess compared to other parts of Candlekeep. Clearly, this is a place where they're doing book repair and like resorting stuff and stuff that like basically probably just isn't valuable enough to be in the main collection. So even just like flitting by one of the bookcases, it's all a mishmash of things that perhaps are waiting to be sorted because they are not organized in any kind of semblance here, as opposed to the rest of Candlekeep, which is famed for its organization and structure. This is very much they're like, this is the basement. This is where we keep all the stuff that we haven't had a chance to deal with yet. So on the west side of the this main floor, there are stairs that take you down yet another level. And if you scroll down on the map, you will see that. I will also add, you should now be able to see on the right side of the map, there's a picture of Ebger. I put his name there just for your reference. You got that?
Yeah.
And feel free to put your tokens wherever. I don't think it super matters right now. But for I will continue to assume that you're kind of leading the way. The stairs go down another level. You now feel like you're literally 3 or 4 levels beneath the hearth. There's kind of a weird quietness to the enclosure, but also, it does feel kind of warm and homey. The glow of these fireflies illuminating everything is actually kind of nice, I think, for most of you. So there's a narrow passageway that you follow, and it opens up into a room that looks like it's some kind of kitchen. There is another avowed in here. This appears to be a kenku, which is a bird-like creature, wearing kind of head to I was going to say toe, but head to claws, beak to claws. I don't know. Beak to feet, purple robes with a hood, kind of an old-looking bird with kind of patchy feathers, going back and forth. It looks like cleaning up after dinner in this little kitchen, working away there. That's set up. The accommodations here seem relatively modest. The avowed do tend to live kind of a life of simplicity in their monk-like librarian existence. But the Kenku looks up from scrubbing some dishes and says, "Hello there." For those of you who have not encountered a Kenku before, Kenku are very kind of unusual species as far as their communication go. Kenku communicate only in sound effects or in pieces of audio, I guess, that they have heard before. They aren't capable of their own kind of dialogue, but in repeating sounds and bits of speech that they have heard before.
I will say we are looking for the overflow rooms, and I have some books for someone.
The Kenku gestures. There's a door right off the kitchen, the only door that seems to lead deeper into the basement here of Firefly Seller.
All right.
So, assuming you head that way, Frittata, you open the door, and there are several. You're now kind of this as opposed to the kind of wider open areas before. This is kind of a more like catacomb-like little network of little rooms. You do see some of the doors, I think, are probably ajar, and it looks like you are kind of now in the probably quarters / overflow sleeping rooms for the avowed.
Is it late enough that if I shouted there are books here for someone that it would be super duper rude, or is it early enough that okay? then I will just sort of were we told a name of who these are for, or did it just say it was for an acolyte?
It was one of the scholars.
One of the scholars.
I have a book delivery here.
I'll
read the title of the top book or something.
Yep. One of the doors about halfway down the little hallway pops open, and a tabaxi pops his head out of the door. She has kind of a leopard print coloring to her fur. She is dressed kind of on the fancy side, suggesting that she is perhaps either an adventurer or a scholar of means. And she says, "Oh, delightful! I have been waiting for those all afternoon. Please, I'll take those from you." And the tabaxi, which again are kind of a cat-like humanoid people, Lapis being one of them, scurries for Tata and kind of scoops the books out of your arm. "Thank you ever so much."
You're welcome. Is there a room that you know is available for us to hunker down in?
Oh, yes. You must be, like myself, late arrivals, stuck in the overflow rooms. Well, I've claimed this one. She kind of gestures over her shoulder, the room behind her. But there are rooms, and she kind of, we'll say, just sidles down the hallway and opens up 2 doors here and says, "I know these are available as well," and opens up some of the other doors on the hallway. She says, "I believe the rest are all the private quarters of the avowed." I'm so rude of me. My name is Katala. I'm a scholar.
It's nice to meet you. I am Frittata. This is Lapis, Tulipa, Hermione, Polly, and company.
Charmed, I'm sure. There are ever so many of you.
Yes. Does this room in the bottom corner have enough beds for everybody, or is that a counter in the corner?
There is so there's a room in the corner that seems to have many beds crammed into it. It looks like it is the most overflow of overflow bedrooms, lots of little cots and beds pushed into it. It would be a little cramped, but I think you could all fit in there.
I mean, I'm not saying we need
pretty
to.
small.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, you're very small.
Also, this might be incredibly insensitive, but Hermione, do you
Yes.
sleep standing up?
I am going to make this up because I don't actually know centaurs in D&D. So we're going to say that yes, they can sleep standing up, because that sounds like the horse part is at the bottom. So yes, I can stand.
But you
sleep
might
stand-
appreciate being able to lie down every once in a
Yes,
while.
occasionally, but
And you'd like to be somewhere warm and cozy,
yeah,
right?
warm and dry is my
Yeah.
biggest thing. So the beds are for you all, and I will gladly sleep on the floor.
Mhm.
I mean, probably none of them is big enough for me anyway, and I usually.
But we can put a couple of them together, maybe, and then like Polly and their
Like, I can sleep
his
on the cat.
crew can sit. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. I think we can make this work. I think we can make it work.
The cat can sleep on Hermione's back, and I can sleep on the cat's
Yeah,
back. And
exactly.
we've got a
I-
little stacking thing.
Yeah.
I'm
A
happy
little
to split
pyramid
up-
of adventures.
Reference acknowledged. I am happy to split up into 2 rooms, but my previous experiences here are that sometimes things happen in the middle of the night, and I would hate
also
to,
would feel
Yep.
more comfortable if we were all together.
Yeah. It feels
Cuddles
like
is
splitting
also
up is
okay
going to
having
be
some cuddles.
dangerous.
Cuddles with cuddles.
Mhm.
Yep.
I mean, I like the idea of like lying cuddles down in front of the doorway.
Yeah.
Atella
if somebody
comments
tries to
as you
bust in.
bring a rug in through the hall. Wow, you travel with your own furniture. That is classy.
Oh yes, we've been doing this a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gotta have your
Yeah.
home comforts with you. Gotta have
Catella
comforts.
seems genuinely impressed by you.
What brings you here, Catella?
Oh well, as I said, I'm a scholar, independent scholar. I'm doing some research on like where does magic come from? Like where does it really come from? So your whole history of magic thing. I'm hoping to be published.
Mm.
So I came
Excellent.
here to do research. I arrived only a few hours ago, around midday.
What was the book that you, if you don't mind my asking, what was the book that you used for your entrance fee?
Oh, I had a history of tabaxi genealogy for my whole tribe. They, yes, there was none like it in the Candlekeep library. So I was glad to share that knowledge with the Avowed and with future visitors to Candlekeep.
That sounds fascinating. Speaking of genealogy, have you ever run across another Goliath barbarian? Looks very much like me, only male. Answers to the name Rafflekish, by any chance?
I don't think I have. I will admit I am. I have not traveled as far and wide, perhaps as you all, and this life on the road is a bit new to me. But I am excited to explore what the world has to offer, and this Candlekeep place is quite the place.
Well,
That it is.
if you ever do, please look me up. I've been searching for my brother for a very long time, but for now, unless anybody else wants to sit and chat, I think it's time for me to turn in.
Little Anthony wants to know when we get those little them things on the pillow.
Oh, the mints?
That's turn down service.
Yeah, them things on the pillow at night.
It's in the
Lilani
morning.
may be not leaving a very high review of the Firefly Seller.
Frittata has been through this before, so subtly like takes a little mint out of her pocket.
Yeah.
Just like says, I'm pretty sure that will happen soon. All right. So yeah.
Is there anything you want to do before you I don't know, go to sleep? So just to recap the people you've met Bartleby, who you knew before, the bartender at the Hearth, and then the people down here in Firefly Cellar are Varnier, Sun Elf Librarian, Edgar, Human Librarian, Katala visiting a Tabaxi Scholar, and you didn't meet the I guess you didn't get the name of the Kenku Librarian, but there's also a Kenku Librarian here as well. So that's plus all of you. Also, many of you are the current occupants of overflow storage / accommodations here in Firefly Seller.
Wait,
I
should
feel like-
we have we eaten yet? Should we get some dinner and before bed?
That sounds like a very good idea. I was going to sneakily use one of my cantrips, the Druidcraft, to
Mhm.
create a little flower blossom on the pillow for Anthony, just to make sure that there's definitely some happiness going on here. So we
Mhm.
don't have anybody being too cranky tonight.
I
Mhm.
like it.
I
He
mean,
does
he's
get very
definitely-
cranky.
Yeah, he's the one we want to keep happy for
Yeah.
sure.
He might eat your face in the middle of the night.
I mean, I was just going to make a little flower blossom and just leave it on the pillow
Mhm.
next to the min.
Hermione, you could go poke around in the
Yeah.
kitchen, see what
Yep.
there is to be found, but it does seem like you perhaps have arrived a little late for meal service.
Yeah, but if there's some scraps or bread or cheese or something.
Scraps.
Leftovers.
Yeah, leftovers. So you head back into the kitchen. The Kenku is there, kind of sweeping the kitchen. Looks like things are a little shut down. She looks at you kind of expectantly.
Do you have any food?
Maybe. The Kenku scurries around and opens up a little cabinet and pulls out a loaf of bread and a small block of cheese. She puts them
Perfection.
on a plate with a knife for you.
Ooh, silverware.
Thank you.
So fancy. Right,
I
I'm
say
gonna-
thank you to the Kenku and,
Yes.
show my appreciation and bow my head.
Sleep well.
Whoa.
Thank you very much. This is not at all terrifying.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna take the bread and cheese into the room and share it with everyone else.
You hear the sound of, I guess, a snoring small child being carried by a creaky old man. Make its way down as Edgar walks down the hallway carrying Gilby, who is snoring, and tucks her in. It sounds like he is then in his adjoining room, and the other avowed. It seems like turning in as well. To their various quarters around the space here. Anything else you want to do before you get the benefits of a long rest?
Oh, let's rest. Little Anthony is chowing down on his mint rather
Mhm.
ferociously, getting chocolate everywhere.
Mhm.
Everyone's really upset.
Yep.
But we make it work. I just
Yep.
flip over the pillow and get ready to go.
Oh,
Just another night with little Anthony.
Yep.
Mhm.
It's
All right.
not only the cool side of the pillow, it's the chocolate-free side.
It's the unstained side. Oh God, it's really hard to get chocolate out of things too. That is,
Yeah.
you're just
This
lucky.
is-
Little Anthony's reviews may be harsh, but no one is reviewing Little Anthony.
I'm
so-
pretty sure in the morning he will have eaten the pillow. So no evidence. That's what we do.
Mhm. We need to invest in some brown pillowcases. So it's just
Oh,
like you can't
gosh.
even see the
I mean, not if
chocolate
he's going to eat
stains.
them. Not if he's going to eat them.
That's true. It would get expensive fast.
All right. Your sleep is uneventful. You wake up the next day feeling relatively well rested and ready for the day.
That's how I
Um,
know this is a game.
Yep. Escapism.
Woo!
Can I pick one of those to go, please?
Oh God, I wish. You are kind of headed directed up to the main level where breakfast is being served, and you find the various members of the Avowed seated there, as well as Catella. Crinkle and Varnier seem to be on breakfast duty and are going back and forth between the kitchen and the main level, bringing various plates of hot butter toast and
Oh, yeah.
something that seems potato related.
Ooh,
I
You
mean,
know,
that's a
it's kinda
perfect
nice.
breakfast. Starch on
Yeah.
starch on starch.
yes.
I mean, there's
Yep.
some fats in there.
Gimme.
Yeah, so people seem relatively well rested. Catella has Ebder basically kind of cornered, and is just talking at length about the history of magic. As she philosophizes it, Ebder seems unable to escape that conversation. Galeby is running in circles with a piece of toast, and it's just it probably feels good to have slept a night in a bed and been able to get some hot food after perhaps what your life had been like, at least on the road to Candlekeep, if not before then, in perhaps travel out there in the wild. Everyone feel good?
I feel great. I slept all night.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
And I had
it's
toast
nice.
with butter.
Yeah, it's nice to have a night without monsters attacking you, without having to sleep on a rock, all kinds of things. Hermione, though, you feel a little weird. It's like you had kind of you wake up with just kind of, it's not unusual to wake up with a song in your heart, but you seem to just have this kind of tune rattling around in your head, and you can't help but, as you sit there enjoying a stack of buttered toast, but kind of humming it, maybe at first under your breath, but then just a little bit louder and louder. Hermione, what does that sound like?
Do 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 do.
I can see how that would get into your head.
Do 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 do.
Break it down.
I don't.
And as Hermione, you're all just sitting there enjoying a meal, and maybe you just started off with lots of chatter at the beginning, but it's good to have a meal, and there's kind of a quiet, and you just hear the sound of Hermione humming this tune, and then you realize all of you are humming it as well.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to try and play something here in Roll20. Let's see if this works. But you realize all of you have this tune in your head. This may or may not work, technologically speaking.
Are you all hearing something? Your heads are moving.
Yes. Yeah. Are you not hearing anything?
No.
I don't hear anything either.
Okay.
Because I turned
probably
off.
because I told Roll20 to shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, if you muted that tab, yeah.
I can give you a link to the file if that's not going to work. Let's see.
No, I could go turn it back on. I want to receive from others, video and voice. Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's not the I want to receive from others, like, because I still have that as nothing. It's just the tab itself is playing. Let me see if there's.
Yeah,
What would that be?
Try that link. Sometimes there's weird things with, I think we've experienced. I've only tried playing audio through Roll20 a couple times, and it has been a little hit or miss with who it goes through or not.
I don't know
Where'd you
who's
put the
going to
link?
edit this. I assume it will
In
be me.
Roll20.
But be sure to send me that file too.
I've got it set aside already.
Excellent.
I have access to it.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my god.
yeah, there's a YouTube link in the Roll20 chat.
I have to say, I was super impressed that when you started playing it, it was like, that is exactly what Kathy just
Yeah, no,
hummed.
Kathy. Yeah.
Thank you.
That is very spooky. Very spooky.
I've listened to it a lot.
Yeah. Thank you for Kathy is one of
You're
those
welcome.
people when you're like, I need a conspirator for this adventure. And Kathy is like, yes, I will be your
Yes,
conspirator.
please.
Big plot hook.
Yeah. Yep. So Hermione, you are humming this tune, and you realize at first it's like you thought you were kind of doing it like to yourself under your breath, and then you realize you are humming it pretty much out loud, and then all of you realize you're not just listening to Hermione humming it, but you are humming it as well. We're going to do something ridiculous here. Do you all want to try humming it together for the podcast?
Has everybody actually gotten a chance to listen to it is the question.
I still can't hear it, but I don't want to be that person. I'll just catch up. I'll
Okay.
fake it.
All right. Lead us, Kathy.
Do
Do,
do
do,
do
do,
do
Perfect.
Nailed it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Nailed it. So you're all kind of humming it, and in fact, it's strangely entrancing, such that it requires. It's almost like you are like casting a spell like that is your focus and concentration on it, for those of you who are seasoned spellcasters, and like breaking your concentration away from it. It's like there's something about that tune in your head that is kind of sticky. Varnier comes into the room. She is holding yet a plate of yet more buttered bread, and sees all of you kind of sitting there humming, Edgar and Katala and Little Anthony and Galeby and everyone with you humming, and she drops the plate of buttered toast, clattering to the floor.
The toast
and runs off for the stairs to the upper level.
I'm going to, with my hooves still making the noise, go and get the toast.
All right. You clop over to the toast in rhythm and scoop it up onto a plate.
What do I need to roll now that I'm conscious of what's happening, and I'm conscious of needing to make an effort to break away from humming the tune, focusing on the tune? What do I need to roll to figure out more about what's happening?
What kind of thing do you think this might be? And then you might learn something based on that roll.
Well, it feels magical, so I would think Arcana would be a good...
I'd like to help with that. I have +5. So.
Seems like
you
a
roll
reasonable
it.
place to start.
You roll it, because I yeah.
And Tulipa,
Right.
so you roll it, and you have, if Lapis is helping you, you have advantage, so roll twice to take the higher.
I just have a quick logistical question. Are we in the little kitchen near where we woke up, or are we up in the actual, like, Bartleby's bar area?
You are in the main room of the granite table with Edgar and Katala. So you have not left Firefly Seller yet.
I rolled a 17,
Okay,
so
I
that's
see it.
22.
All right, Tulipa, you seem, as you think about this, that like the stickiness of that song in your head feels unnatural in a way that is almost certainly some kind of magic at work. It is unlike anything you have experienced before, but there does seem like it feels like perhaps the closest thing that it might be similar to is like some kind of curse that perhaps you and all of your compatriots here are infected with.
For Tata, like, I'm very smart, but my wisdom is very low. I am just rocking out to this tune right now. I'm just like, do,
Okay.
do, 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 like jazzing it up a little bit, having
You're
a great
you're
time.
feeling it.
Not paying any
vibing.
attention to what anybody else is doing right now.
All right.
So that is what we know what Frittata's doing.
Nothing
Tulipa
helpful.
and I apologize, Rosemary. I think I've pronounced your character's name several times in different ways.
That's
Tulipa. So Tulipa and Lapis are concerned with identifying what's going on with this.
Yep.
Hermione, you were concerned with toast.
Yes.
Polly, how are you dealing with this new information?
I'm still humming it in my head, but I'm kind of getting really annoyed. Like it's making me a little bit mad, because it's super incessant and I can't really take it anymore. So I guess I want to roll something to try and
Okay.
figure out where this is coming from.
Roll something.
If I want to try and figure out like where I heard it before, like try and remember, maybe like a history
Check.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds totally reasonable.
Could I help you with that?
Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay.
Nothing.
Well, if I'm helping you with that, then you get to roll again.
It's true.
I'll roll again. And 9, 10, 11 this time.
Okay.
Polly,
great.
you are racking your brains. It is maddening because you're like, have I heard this before? And there is both something very familiar about it. You get the feeling like there are words that go with this tune, and it is extremely frustrating that you can't figure out what those words are. As you're all sitting around figuring out these things, you hear it from above you, the dramatic sounds of clanking, grinding of metal gears, and something kind of locking shut. Varnir appears back on the spiral staircase. She's kind of dusting her hands and says, excuse me. Well, anyway, obviously we're all cursed, and I have notified the Avowed of our situation, and to keep this horrible from spreading to the rest of Candlekeep, we are sealed in here until further notice. Go about your business. I'm
gonna go and ask her.
Okay, if you do a
Protocol for
dance,
Nature.
looking to Kirsten here.
What is the nature of this horrible magic tune that has befallen our heroes? What is the nature of this quarantine that has forced them to be locked here in Firefly Cellar? What horrible secrets about our avowed friends and each other will we learn? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill, Candlekeep Mysteries, Shemshime's BedTime Prime.
I'll fade it out.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you,
That's
Aline.
one of the greatest TPK moments I've ever had. You guys are the best.
Thank you for watching the time, and thank you, Adventurers, for basically orchestrating the perfect end out for an hour. How about we take a 5-ish minutes break and then do some more of this?
I think that sounds great.
Okay. I don't know if I'm supposed to stop the stream or just leave the stream going. I will leave the stream
Just
going.
leave it going. Just
leave it going.
Live stream / bootleg. We will be back very soon with more Total Party Kill. Rosemary's going to ask a question.
No, a secret. Somebody in the chat room has just said we hear nothing.
I think they did not hear the audio that I piped to you, so they
Okay.
only get the secondhand audio that you all did.
Which really
which I think
it's
is
a
a
much better experience. This way.
I think that
the
is
only
yeah.
one.
Yep.
Yeah, and in fact, Erica in editing, we can decide whether to use that or not. I don't know, but I have the file.
we are
So-
125% using everybody singing. That's for sure.
No, I was. Did you
Oh,
want
The real
the,
real
the
audio.
piano real audio?
No, I want to hear that
Um,
too. I think that's good.
Okay.
Yep.
All
right.
So, all right, let us take a break. I want to grab a beverage, and we will be back.
I'm gonna go find my Orba and
Do
see if
it.
I can learn to play this on the Orba in the break.
Amazing.
All right. Sadly, I was unable to find the Orba, but I did find an important addition. And should
Is
this
map-
get a little warm?
Map
I have.
recording going okay? As
Yeah,
far as
map
you can
recording
tell?
is going fine. I was just
Cool.
going to quickly pause it and then restart it just to be sure. That's assuming I remember where the stop button is. Genuinely, I've forgotten where the stop button is. Match of 2. Excellent. Add a clip directly to timeline, please. Fabulous. We have a map recording of
Nice.
all of it so far. It is magically an hour and a half long,
All right.
which is correct. I will zoom back in to the appropriate level,
Yeah.
save the document, and start the recording again.
Excellent.
Excellent. We now have the what's it on screen? Save document before starting recording again, because otherwise this will break things.
Don't break things.
No, I'm trying not to break the things. I'm being very careful to save this to a non-synced location, TPK.
Rosemary, I love your hat, and the lava lamp behind you has been bringing me so much joy this whole time.
Rosemary, you have a hat on a hat.
I know I have a
Oh
hat
my
on a
God.
hat because this one gets very, very warm.
Mhm.
And so I brought a backup hat so I can switch. But
Yeah.
Love it.
Excellent. Be
I'm
prepared.
I'm a fairy, but I'm also secretly part elf. But nobody in my family
Mhm.
has disclosed this to me yet. So
Santa
Nice.
elf is a special kind of elf.
Mm.
exactly. Right. That is saved as TPK. So I'm going to add another recording. I will just continue to record that entire screen over there. I apologize to the fabulous editor, which I'm guessing will be Erica, because you just have my entire Firefox screen and I'm doing my best. But honestly, like you'll just be able to like take snippets of this. I don't know what you
Usually
use to put this.
I make Jason do the compositing of the video anyway, and he just sends me the finished file. So that'll probably still be
Fabulous.
Jason.
Well, I'm going to give
Nice.
him a ScreenFlow file as well as the output, and then he can figure out what the heck he wants to do with this.
It'll be okay. We didn't do anything
Oh, yeah.
super map based, right? You know.
Yeah.
Kathy's chair is indeed a unicorn, Len.
Yes.
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 Wow, there's so much
Kathy's
visual
chair
joy.
and headphones.
Yes. Yes.
Let me ask an important non-binding question. Do we want to play 1 more hour or 2 more hours?
I can play however long. Also,
Th-
because people were asking earlier about the octopi.
Nice.
Oh my god,
That's
Wow.
amazing.
that is wow. I'm impressed.
It's a very big octopus.
The only thing I have going on later is the Hugo Awards, which I'm not even virtually attending, but I'm going to watch. And I think I've decided I don't want. There's a pre and post virtual party for nominees who aren't at the convention, but that sounds like too much stress for me. So I think I'm just going to watch the live stream when it starts. And if we win, Lynn will do the thank you speech, and I'll probably cry. But that doesn't start until, let's see, 1, 2. That's 3 more hours from now.
I'd prefer to just do one.
Okay.
That's good for
I'm
me.
slightly
Yeah,
concerned
that
about
works for
being
me.
eaten by a shark, but
All right.
That's the IKEA shark.
Yeah.
Mahaj.
It's Cuddles.
I mean, there's another octopus over there with a Christmas tree hat on.
A
if
lot
people
of
really
lot
want
of-
more octopi. There's
lot of
all of the
sea life.
octopi. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the blue octopus is mine, the big one, and the tiny ones. And then there's another octopus over there, which is a hostage right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The octopus and the shark are hostage. A friend has to come collect some stuff. So, after the collection, then they can have their stuff back. This is getting tricky.
Too warm.
No, it's mostly that the bobble keeps going off to the back, and I want it on the
Mhm.
side. Like
Right.
it could be a microphone.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Any logistical, mechanical D&D questions we should figure out before we do more D&D?
Oh, I just
Uh,
wanted to say I don't want to like become like the person who's taking over and doing everything. So, I mean, I also didn't want us to take 25 minutes to go through a door like some parties. Just saying. So, so now, especially now that Frittata is just grooving to the tunes,
Yeah.
I will sort of take a step back and let you guys do your stuff.
I'm dancing. So
Yeah, you
So
got your toast.
our goal here is to probably find out what this is and get out of the room.
to stop. the
Yeah, we need to get
curse.
unlocked.
The magically inclined
It's
people
a
like
magical
yourself are
escape
probably.
room.
I was just gonna,
I love
Hey,
it.
I feel like I just did some escape rooms with a unicorn, and we might have a certain advantage here.
We were
I don't know.
pretty successful.
I mean, we
I
stole a
noticed
premiere.
You are not
so-
still in the same room, so that's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's start the thing, and yeah. So everyone's still
Let's do
recording.
Still recording.
We're still streaming on YouTube.
Yeah, I did
Everything
not
seems
stop my
still
audio.
working. So I think we're good. Did I? Nope, I'm still recording. So we're gonna do this. Live stream / bootleg. We are gonna play one more hour of Total Party Kill, and yeah, thank you for listening, watching, whatever you're doing. This is where I start the adventure or start the session. A thing I totally am good at doing.
You're doing great.
Hello,
Tony.
nerds, and welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, your dungeon master. Today, we are continuing Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme, a level 4 adventure from the Candlekeep Mysteries Book of Adventures. I am your dungeon master. Allow me to introduce our players. They will remind you of who their characters are, and then I'll give you a quick recap of what we are up to. Let us start with Kathy Campbell. Kathy, welcome.
Why, thank you. I am playing Hermione, a centaur fighter who's currently rocking out to the music in her head.
Mhm. Also joining us, it's Aline Sims.
Hello, I am playing Lapis, the Tabaxi cleric. Pronouns are she, her for both of us. And we are trying to figure out what these groovy tunes are.
Indeed. Also joining us, it's Tiff Armand. Hi, Tiff.
Hi, she, her, playing he, him, Polyquartz, the rock gnome druid, with his familiar little Antony. Not to be confused with Tony.
Not to be
But
confused
you can
with
also
Tony.
confuse them and it would be fine.
They're very
We-
similar
we
in
have a
so
lot,
many ways.
yeah.
So many ways.
Yes. Both of us fictional, both of us small demons. The list goes on and on.
Both of you love pillow mints. I mean, come on.
Yeah, who doesn't? Also joining us, it's Rosemary Orchard. Hi, Rosemary.
Hello, I'm Rosemary Orchard playing Tulipa Flows, she, her. I am a fairy wizard with a cat familiar, which may or may not be larger than I am, and also occasionally octopus-like in appearance, /slippery /rainbow. I may or may not also be part elf / Christmas elf. This is yet to be determined, but either way, I'm very small, and apparently I'm trapped in a room. Dun, dun, dun.
So much rich backstory. And also, last but certainly not least, it's Erica Ensign. Hi, Erica.
Hello, I am playing Frittata, a Goliath barbarian. Our pronouns are she, her. And have you seen my brother? Also, do. That's all that's going on in Frittata's head right now. Mhm.
So, the aforementioned adventurers have found themselves in a interesting situation. They arrived back at Candlekeep, where the normal rooms at the inn were all booked up, and so they were offered just a great rate on the overflow rooms, which are also the overflow storage room for various books in need of repair and recategorization here at Candlekeep Library. So they have found themselves in Firefly Seller, a multi-level basement structure beneath the place where you'd normally be able to sleep in comfort. Here at Candlekeep, their first night went without incident. They felt, they woke up feeling ready for the day. Just that level of rest that we in the real world never get anymore. Everything is great, but there is the one little thing that Hermione woke up humming a tune that now all of the adventurers and other occupants of Firefly Seller find themselves humming along in disjointed unison, and it's impossible to get out of their heads. Adventurers, well, I'll have Kathy. Can you just give us just a little sample of what that sounds like?
Do 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 something.
Excellent.
Yeah.
This tune is stuck in all of the heads, both the players as well as the various NPCs that you met on the previous adventure. So just to remind you, who are you here in Firefly Seller with? Well, there's Varnir, Sun Elf Librarian, Edgar, Human Librarian, Crinkle, Kenku Librarian, and Katala, Visiting Tabaxi Scholar. And at the end of last session, in reaction to all of you humming the tune, Varnir ran up to the top of the cellar and appears to have sealed all of you in. Varnir herself is also humming the tune. It seems very frustrated at herself. So you find yourself in kind of this common room in Firefly Seller. There is still plenty of toast to be had, but you have been sealed in a basement with some librarians and a tabaxi nerd and a small child and all the junk that you all brought. And
Stop
yes,
talking about little
Cuddles
Anthony like
is
that.
classified as junk.
I think if I'd have to consult the monsters manual. And you all have this strange tune in your head, which I believe so far you have determined probably has words to it. Can't figure out what they are, and it does seem magically the closest in proximity to some kind of curse. So that's great. So what's next?
I'm dancing.
I think I was going to go and ask Varnir, but I'm actually going to ask this lovely little small child here, because small children perhaps are less susceptible or more susceptible to magic and therefore may have information that we are missing, and ask her, does she know this amazingly awesome tune that she's humming? And can she tell me a little bit about
it? She says as she spins in circles. And she claps.
So, do you know anything about this magical tune? You're so good at singing it. It's amazing. Can you tell me something?
What can I tell you?
Do you know this song? Where do you know this song from?
You're all singing it.
Did you know this song yesterday?
I don't think so.
Okay. Did you have any cool dreams or strange dreams last night?
All my dreams are strange.
Tell me about them.
My granddad says I should because they're scary.
That's okay. I know some things are scary, but sometimes it's less scary if you share it with somebody.
Maybe.
I think I'm going to need to be
Tony,
very
you're
persuasive.
really good at this. Are you secretly a 6-year-old child?
I don't think it's a secret.
Yeah, there's no secret.
Is there a candle nearby?
No, all of the light sources in Firefly Cellar are lanterns full of fireflies.
Are the
All right.
fireflies singing?
The
Okay.
fireflies are not singing.
Are they blinking in tune?
No, there's just a kind of constant warm glow from the fireflies.
Okay.
All right. I
No open flames here in the library, I think.
Okay.
Wise.
I am going to use my cantrip Druidcraft to create a harmless effect of falling leaves, and grab this child carefully, gently, and go, "Oh my gosh, did you feel that too?
What was that? Hey,
It
leaves!
felt like leaves, right? Right. You felt that too, right? You must be
think so.
magic. That was like a magic thing. Like if you felt that, like, wow, that's really, really cool. That's really good that you felt that. Like this is something that not many people can feel.
Oh,
So maybe it means that you know something, and maybe that can help us. That can help us solve this mystery.
maybe.
I'm trying.
Do you want to play tag?
Yes. Oh, yes.
I would also like to play tag.
You are very welcome to help play tag, mostly because I am going to struggle because I'm pretty small. So my running skills are impressive for my size, but I'm like knee high to the small child.
Roll whatever skill you think is most relevant to tag. I'm thinking acrobatics.
Are we rolling acrobatics?
I think
I got a
Polly
19 on acrobatics.
Polly
Nice.
and Tulipa are playing tag. Yeah.
11.
All right. Hold on. Let me roll for Gilby.
Wait, little Anthony got a 1.
Oh yeah, the
Little
cat.
Anthony.
I should check on the
It's a
cat.
critical
All right.
fail.
Little Anthony basically quits. Little Anthony rage quits tag.
Okay, the cat got a
Just in the
14, but it
With
also
his
hopped
arms
up onto a
crossed.
bookshelf and started giving itself
All
a
right.
bath. So
Gilby only got a 7 on her acrobatics check, so there's about 4 minutes of tag before Gilby is it, and then can't possibly catch any of you except little Anthony, who says refuses to play along, and so Gilby is now annoyed at you all.
I would like to cast Charm Person on Gilby.
Okay, we are now using magic on children.
Yes, we are.
I mean, I was already using
I have
Druidcraft,
very low
so-
morals.
I would say that, I mean, Druidcraft is using magic near a child. Charm is literally using magic on a child's brain. This is ethically dubious. I was merely pointing out what we're doing. I was not saying you
not
can't do
saying
it.
one way or the other. Just confirming that you know.
I would say, thankfully, Edgar is under the subject of a spell that is making him sing over and over again. And so does not notice this. Please continue,
All
Polly.
right, so you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Rolling a wisdom saving throw for Gilby, the small child trapped in a library with you.
Who we just tired out from tag.
Yep. You know what? I think Gilby's going to do that with disadvantage. Gilby has rolled an 11 on wisdom.
That's the number. The
Oh,
save is
then
11.
Then Gilby made
Oh.
the save.
Well, there goes my ideas.
I'm just having a look. I realized I have the same spell twice. I'm just trying to fix that.
Gilby continues to run in circles.
I mean, I feel like it doesn't seem like she's going to be super helpful anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I mean-
probably not the mastermind.
Right.
So
No, but I was
Varnier seemed to know what was going on.
Varnier is pacing back and forth by the stairs.
who wants to share more about what's happening here exactly?
Is that a question for the players?
Yeah,
or for
that's
the room?
allowed. No, to our new librarian friends.
Well, Varnier, I guess her elven ears perk up at that, and she kind of reluctantly strides over to you, Lapis, and says, "Well, I suppose I offer to offer a bit of an explanation. Owed that at the very least. Well, the reason the avowed that we take this so seriously is that there have been problems in the past. This is far back in my early days at Candlekeep. It was about 500 years ago. But there was this whole, singing madness issue. And, some book merchant came in and had this song in his head and he was singing it. And then the avowed were singing it. And, it was a whole thing. And my understanding, is that they had them all sealed away, and that was how they dealt with it. Not entirely sure how it shaked out.
Paulie has an idea, and he runs to go get the books that were dropped off yesterday afternoon and bring them back to the group.
Okay. You dash down to Catula's room and come back with a small stack of books about the history of magic.
Hey, crew, my idea here is that, I don't know, these just showed up and now we're all singing and everyone else here said they weren't singing before and now we're all we're still singing. Maybe it's one of these guys.
Abdur
the books.
kind of grumpily says, "There's many books here." He gestures at all of the hundreds and thousands of books.
Yeah, but
around
these
you
just
in the
showed
library.
up. These were the new guys that we brought in.
That is true. I mean, there probably were some others as well, but that is true. Can't argue with that.
Very smart. Do.
Okay. Arcana check on them? What would
Sure.
be?
Yeah,
Let's all roll some Arcana.
sure.
All right.
I'll do it with
Remember
my,
that
A big
You know,
Arcana circle.
yeah, remember that basically when you're helping each other, all you have to do is say I am helping, and that
Yeah.
gives somebody with who is making the check advantage. So
I'm gonna roll it with my my clear die that has a, where's my camera?
There we go.
A little ducky in it.
Oh,
Hello,
he's
Ducky.
so cute.
Yep.
All right. Well, I will help.
mhm.
Same.
Okay, so you're gonna help me then, and then somebody
Sure.
else can. Okay, all right, that's good because I rolled very poorly the first time, but I rolled much better the second time. So that is a 22.
You take a couple books off the stack for Tata and are kind of studying them. Though the books are all about the history of magic and various kind of theories about how magic emerged in the world and how people first came to harness it and use it for the arcane arts, the books themselves are exceptionally mundane and have no magical energy or auras to them whatsoever.
Not these books, sorry. Do, 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 do. And then I put them down.
Polly curses, but you can hear it because he's humming.
Mhm.
It's a musical curse. It is a
No.
musical curse. Whoa.
Oh.
No!
Have we considered asking Katala, the other tabaxi here, whether or not she may know something? about
Hello.
this? Hi. I remember yesterday you were talking about learning
I am
loads about
huge fan of learning.
magic.
Yes.
And I was wondering, have you read
anything?
anything about a magic song before?
I have not read anything about a magic song.
Have you read anything about magic happening here, say 800 years ago or so?
I'm not familiar with that. You know, it's actually very interesting. The Avowed have some heavy duty wards here on Candlekeep. So the fact that we are experiencing this is fascinating. If we live to write about this, I'm sure it will be worthy of interest in one of the presses. Du- 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 du-
Oh no. Okay.
Basically, we're locked in here with a ton of books without any idea of.
Anyone have like detect magic or anything like that?
All the firefly lamps go out.
Oh,
You are,
Okay.
now,
anything? Did
Cool.
anybody
Shoot.
do anything to
you are
trigger
now in
that?
darkness.
Okay.
I have dark vision.
Same.
You are now in darkness vision. So
idea.
some of you can see in the dark and see, you know, I guess you see very well in the dark. But those of you who are not are suddenly kind of stumbling around in the darkness. Gilby runs into several people.
Great.
I have fairy fire.
I'm just checking my inventory. Oh, that would be great because I don't.
Fairy
wanna light a
fire only
fire.
lasts for a minute, and every object within a 20-foot cube within range is outlined in blue, green, or violet light. I get to choose. It'll be violet. And any creature is also outlined in light if it fails a dexterity saving throw.
Is that for you or for everybody?
I think it's for
believe
everybody because it's helpful in battle.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Well,
as
at
far
least
as you
help-
know,
Can
everyone's
we
your
all
ally.
intentionally fail?
Yeah.
I
would
mean, it
say
could at
yes.
least help people get to the table.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm kind of near the table. So I'm just going to kind of use my dark vision to go in the direction of the table as I
Mhm.
was, previously able to see. And I will use fairy fire.
Okay. Many of
And
you are
why-
now illuminated in violet light. Is that what you chose?
Yes, it's violet
and,
light.
So during
which
that-
helps. Yep.
During that minute, I am going to get out. I hate to light a torch in here, but I need to be able to see. It's important to me. So
Yep.
I am going to get out my tinderbox and light one of my torches and keep it as far away from the books as I possibly can.
Excellent idea.
Crinkle, the Kenku librarian, says, "Open flames are not permitted in the Candlekeep library." And then in another voice says, "Please be very careful with that."
I'm going to light my
will.
torch as well because I also have a torch in a tinderbox. And it seems like if we're lighting torches now
Does
is a
anybody
good time to do
have
so.
a sun rod? I don't think that gives off actual like flame. It would be safer. I just know I don't have one.
I don't.
Edgar says, "Rules be damned. I don't want to die in the dark."
Are there any? Do you have any emergency fireflies or sunrods or anything?
I don't
stored
know what's
somewhere?
going on. Crinkle, what is this? Crinkle is holding one of the Firefly lanterns with a very worried look on her face, kind of gently shaking it. But all of the lanterns around the library are dark, as if all the fireflies went out at once.
Are the
Can
fireflies
I
dead?
try rolling? Well, let's see, just like a history check. I've been traveling around for a while. Have I heard any stories of anything
And can I help you with that?
similar to this? Sure.
Sure.
Mention something that jogs my memory a little tiny bit, and that is let's see, what is my? I said history, so that's a 20.
You know that all the lights going out is a common trope in horror stories that you've heard around the campfire.
Fabulousness.
True. It is. That is right on. Does it feel familiar in any way? Like it's, the song is in our head. Does it? Is it?
Do.
Is it? Do I feel anything like I recognize this from before? You said that like there almost might be words, but we can't quite.
It is
get them.
infuriating that it's like there are words that go to this, but you can't get any of them.
I'm gonna slowly just like turn around and like just looking at all of the shelves and the books and like, do I feel drawn to any part of the room as I hum with all of my heart?
Scrying. I don't know. Roll something.
Insight? Can I insight
not-
on the books?
You can't do insight on the books. They're inanimate objects.
I mean, you can. It just won't do anything.
Yeah.
Is it insight on myself though, man? I'm just like, do
Mm.
I feel drawn to? No. Would that be
Perception?
Yeah, roll perception.
Or okay.
Yeah,
Or
I'm helping.
No, it's more perceptive. All right. Thank you for helping. Perception -1, so that brings me down to a 7.
You are like sensing around at books, and you think maybe this book, maybe not, maybe they're all books, and a book hits you in the back of the head. Suddenly, there are books flying off the shelves at all of you.
This again.
I'm gonna
oh my
just
God.
go like straight up, kind of like a rocket, and hover above the flying books because I'm kind of delicate.
Yeah. Give me a perception. Sorry, not perception. A dexterity roll to try and avoid the books whizzing across the library from one shelf to another. You need to make a DC 13 dex saving throw.
I rolled an 18, so
So you nimbly do like a barrel roll and spiral up toward the top. There is, I guess this is important for creatures that can fly, such as you, Tulipa. There is right over the big table. There's like there's a shaft. There's an opening that leads up to the top level, right? So, but yeah, for everybody else,
long, suckers.
dodging and weaving to avoid books.
Not really.
Who got pummeled by a book?
So you said it was a DC 13
13
saving throw?
Correct.
Okay.
I rolled 16. So
all right, you nod.
Somehow my gigantic body missed.
Well, you could deflect it,
Yeah.
or
You're prancing.
Yes, I'm dancing anyways
with your toast.
Yeah.
Polly got clocked real good by one of those books.
Oh, Polly takes 2 book damage to the side of the head. Lapis, how'd you do?
Lapis is nimble.
All right,
Not
most
like
of you
reflexes.
most of you get avoid it. Katella and Edgar do get hit in the side with the books. Varnier and Crinkle and Galeby, maybe they just got lucky, but they avoid it. Edgar has like a huge red welt on the back of his head that's like comically going up. Katella looks very annoyed at all this. I never. They don't tell you about this in scholar school.
Okay.
Are the books coming from any particular shelves, or does it seem to
All
be
over.
completely random?
Seems like every which way, and they are now, they have moved from shelf to shelf. And Varnier says, they're going to need to be resorted now.
Can I use an investigation check perhaps to see if there was something that triggered this that I don't know about?
You start reaching around on the bookshelf for one of the books that just whizzed past Tulipa.
Thank you. That's much better. 20 this time.
You fetch out a copy of, it looks like a history of heraldry from several thousand years ago. It seems to be a mundane book, and it is now in the wrong section, of course, but there's nothing about it that seems interesting, or it does
Can
not
I use
also,
an
it does
Arcana
not seem
check to see if
threatening.
I can detect what kind of spell was used on this?
Yeah.
I'm going to try to just start catching books out of
18.
the air.
All right. The books seem to have quieted down. You do grab a book without issue for Tata. Tulipa, the book has nothing kind of magical about it. It's as if somebody used perhaps some kind of prestidigitation type spell to launch it through the air. The book itself is just a physical object that has been propelled through the air, and that some of you are unfortunate enough to have been hit with. For Dada, you managed to catch several books before they could potentially impact other ones. All the lights come back on, and the books settle down.
I put out my torch immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same.
Is there a poltergeist in here? Like what is happening?
Is there a section on poltergeists?
Do. Should we check any of the other staircases or entrances to this room?
You are welcome to explore further. I think you have not. There are 2 staff-only rooms off the main level of the Firefly Seller. There's not anything else off the top level. There were a couple rooms you didn't explore because they seemed like they were probably the personal quarters of the Avowed on the basement level. As far as you know, there's only one entrance and exit to Firefly Cellar, that being the spiral staircase you came down.
Ask Hermione, did you wake up with this in your head, or did you just start humming it at breakfast?
Think that I woke up with it in my head, right? Yeah. I woke up and that was the first thing that I heard. I can't stop.
Did
Let's
the
go back downstairs
feeling
then.
of the song get stronger the longer you were awake, or what did it was it this much in your head the second you woke up?
I honestly don't even remember. It's just so much in my head that it's always existed there.
I'm scared it's going to get so annoying. Like right now, Tata is trying to lean into how much she's enjoying it, because if she starts raging, it's going to be really bad.
Yeah, books
I
aren't gonna like it.
got one more idea. What books did everyone read before they went to sleep last night? Everyone. Hey, room. What y'all read?
Katala says, well, I read several books on the history of magic. One of them was a very fascinating book by the Elven Wizard of a great renown. This wizard, he believes that magic is inside all of us, and we simply must channel that energy to bring it out amongst us, and that also the true magic is friendship. I don't buy into that. I think that is a controversial opinion among us.
We're just gonna need titles. Titles
and a very, very, very brief 1 sentence at most synopsis. Please.
Everyone go get the book you were reading and bring it to the room.
Edgar says, I was reading some crime fiction.
Some
what?
Details later, please. Details later, please.
Crime. Okay.
I really enjoyed
crime?
hearing Tony have to say lots of words. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person, but it's here. I was reading this cookbook of cheese.
I'm writing all these down.
I was reading a book of poetry.
Poems. Jeez.
Yeah,
these are sticking
I was
out
reading
to me.
a cat care guide.
Cat care.
Do not put margarine on your cat.
No, that could result in explosive diarrhea.
Yep.
Jorts.
What about the rest of you NPCs? What you got?
Gilby says, I don't know how to read yet, but I'm learning.
Were you looking at any books? Picture books?
I think so.
Haunted books? I don't know.
I don't remember.
Can
she spins again?
Did someone read you a book?
Spinning constantly. Eb just said, no, usually I would, but she was fast asleep by the time I carried her down.
Edgar, is this unusual? Does she normally need a story to go to sleep?
No, this is how she always is.
Okay.
I think we should go downstairs, and look at the other rooms, around where we slept,
Agreed.
Who didn't report about their book? Who's keeping
well,
Vanya didn't.
I was reading about rain spells.
Varner says, I was reading a very interesting book about the history of dragons.
Ooh.
Dragons.
All right, I'm gonna head downstairs.
Can I before we head downstairs? Can I do a quick?
Crinkle makes a sound kind of like
just
like a bunch of books, like a bunch of pieces of paper being kind of flipped. So,
okay.
Lots of stuff. Skimming.
Is there what? Can I do a what is it? A perception check to see if anyone's lying about their book?
that would be
Can I
insight.
help you with that?
All right. That is 17 first roll and 19.
People seemed pretty forthcoming. I think people are very interested in not being locked in the cellar forever / possibly dying from this curse.
All right, just checking. Thanks.
All
right, now we can go.
Let's start at the bottom.
Yep.
Right.
Crinkle kind of seems like, and then just waves you past to go down into the basement. So you stayed in. Did you all pile into one room? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you know that there is a spare quarters. Is kind of the first door on your left next to the kitchen. I'm just going to assume that you kind of poke your head in and look at a variety of the rooms.
I'm flipping everything in the room that we slept in.
Yeah.
To start with.
So just to kind of give you a very quick tour of what is in the basement here.
You come across little Aunt's pillow.
Oh no.
She's very embarrassed.
So first room on the left appears to be just another spare room for overflow guests such as yourselves. The next room appears to be the room of a small child, probably safe to assume that it is Gilby's room. It's full of toys and kids' clothing, and it's kind of in disarray. There's kind of a pink shade put on the Firefly lantern there to give it kind of a kind of nice little glow to it. The room next to it appears to be Edgar's room. The very end of the hall, anyone who pokes their eyes into this room, well, I will say this room I think is probably locked, but knowing who you all are, it's a question
I have
of
a feeling a locked door is perhaps less problematic for us than it might be for other people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Who breaks into doors in this party?
I mean,
who doesn't really?
I mean, we have a little, we have a centipede on our team, so
yeah.
That's true.
I think Crinkle will appear and give you his key, or give you her key to avoid. And she'll open the door and stand kind of in the doorway,
getting ready to cast a firebolt.
Yeah. Crinkle's room is very strange.
We all stand down.
Crinkle is the caretaker for the Fireflies. So Crinkle's room, the walls of Crinkle's room are covered with tiny glowworms, larval fireflies, which she is raising. And then Crinkle has kind of like a hammock hanging from two pillars in the center of the room. So not your usual sleeping quarters. Yeah.
Crinkle, your room is beautiful.
Yeah.
Is anything out of place, Crinkle?
Crinkle looks around and says, and shakes her head now. There's the room you stayed in. I don't know if I described that before, but it's just packed with kind of bunks and cots. There is a painting of Candlekeep on the south wall. There's the room Catulla stayed in, which is very Spartan. There's a bed, a wash basin, a little writing desk. It looks like Catulla has like a little knapsack with her possessions sitting on the bed. And then the last room coming back around the hallway appears to be Varnir's room. It is full of books. It looks like Varnir has a significant personal collection of books that she has built up over the years, and it is lit by kind of a firefly lamp that has been either enchanted or modified to give it kind of a green light throughout it, and there's just a big cushion in the middle of the room that perhaps Varnir sits on and meditates or reads books or whatever it is Sun Elves do.
Now the doors are all open. Can I cast an Arcana check and just check if any of the rooms appear magical in any way, shape, or form?
Sure. Yeah, so you just kind of cast around with Arcane.
Yeah. That was 17.
There is there's a variety of things that kind of low level bits of magic here and there that you're aware of, Tulipa. It looks like Varnir has something that's set up with a light spell on it, and there's a thing in the kitchen that has a heat metal on it to avoid having an open flame for the stove.
It's an induction stove.
Yeah, little things like that. But there does not seem to be anything you're not getting any kind of malevolent sources of magic or anything that would be kind of out of place for people's personal quarters.
Strike anybody else is a little odd that Edgar is so old but has such a young child.
I think there's a grandchild.
I think it's his grandchild.
Okay.
I don't know if that was.
I don't know.
That may not have been.
That.
Yeah.
Possibly. I might have missed it.
Yeah, I don't think that was
flying around carrying a pamphlet. It was pretty exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I slept last night.
I would like to go into our room and inspect the painting of Candlekeep that's on the wall, including I'd like to take it off the wall, look behind it.
They're safe.
Mm-hmm. You take the kind of big painting of Candlekeep off the wall.
I'll help if you need it.
There's nothing behind it. It's a pretty nice painting of Candlekeep. You're honestly, I think, genuinely impressed with the quality of work, and honestly, they would then use this as decoration in overflow housing.
Did the other rooms have paintings this nice?
No, this one, it's almost like they're trying to compensate for how crowded this room is. It's this room will have 5 beds, but it'll get one nice painting. The other room, the rooms from the Avowed obviously have kind of their own personal touches to them in terms of they have personal belongings. But the other rooms are relatively Spartan.
I want to do an Arcana check on the painting as I notice
help you with that.
That Lapis has taken it down. I'm looking a little bit closer.
Mm-hmm.
And Arcana is +4, so that's a 21.
The painting does not seem magical in any way beyond the ability of a painting to transport you to a place through imagination.
Artistic vision.
Yeah. To be clear, to not magically transport you there, but to transport your mind.
Can I do a history check to see how old this painting is? If there's any information that I can find out from the frame or something. I got a 20, says 23.
Ooh.
As you are studying the painting carefully, you figure out based on what is and isn't current in the painting versus the current architecture of Candlekeep. You feel like you have it narrowed down to a 3-year time range, roughly 85 years ago. And then Frittata points out in the corner that it has the year that it was painted, which matches your.
Can I do a nature check on the Firefly breeding room? I got a 15.
You are looking around. The fireflies, they're these tiny glow worms. There's hundreds or even thousands of them. They're kind of clinging to every surface. They seem in good health. They're kind of peacefully kind of glowing on and off, kind of cycling.
We should search the other places we haven't been.
Yeah, I was going to go across the hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna investigate in Edgar's room.
Edgar.
15.
Hermione, you poke your head around in Edgar's room. So Edgar's room, right next to between Galeby and Crinkle's room, kind of sparse. It's tidy. There's a bed in the corner, and there's a little reading desk and chair. There is a one old clay bowl that looks like it probably has leftovers from a meal that he ate in here. He does have a trunk in one corner. We'll assume that you you just open the lid because it was probably open when you came in, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Sure. Absolutely.
Let's get if it's a mimic first.
Oh no. It was open.
Oh wait, I don't talk like that. I'm not that kind of Goliath.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just kind of fell open when I looked at it.
Yeah. The trunk has a set of avowed purple robes in it, a heavy wool coat for colder weather. The floor has a green rug that looks conspicuously not like a rug of smothering / cuddling.
Aw.
You're poking around, Hermione, and you think you see like a little box underneath the bed.
I can help you out by pulling that box out. So I'm
sounds
gonna go
great.
under the bed and just try and like
All
drag
right.
this out. I might need the cat to come help me with this, but
Mhm.
we'll figure it out between us.
In the box is kind of an ornate circular box with like a little bit of silver filigree around it. It looks kind of fancy, like it might be kind of like a maybe not quite a jewel box, but like maybe more like a fancy keepsake box.
And I presume this box is able to be opened without destroying it.
Yeah, it's that kind of box.
Excellent. Then
yeah,
I would like
let's
to
open
open
it.
the box. Also, do a history check on the box to see whether or not I recognize anything like this or if it's important. That's 21.
The box does not seem historically significant. Popping open the lid of the box, inside there's kind of like a little glass figurine of a woman. There's it looks like a gold wedding band, and then kind of in a little kind of brass locket, a picture that seems to be Edgar at a slightly younger age, and then a young woman, perhaps his adult daughter, holding a very small baby.
I would like to carefully, gently put these things back underneath the bed. Actually, no, I would like to do an Arcana check to make sure there's nothing magical about these, and then carefully, gently put them back
None
underneath
of
the
them
bed.
seem magical. You're just
Excellent.
the kind of people rooting through a librarian's few
Yep.
personal
Yeah,
possessions.
and so I'm very carefully, respectfully going to put these back. So hopefully he doesn't realize that anybody's messing with him.
Heroes, everybody.
Hey, we're cursed right now. I feel
Yep.
like that's implied.
We're checking.
We're
We're checking carefully, but we're not going to, destroy somebody's
Mhm.
life over this unless we need to, or they're a
Mhm.
bad guy.
Mhm.
Is there anything else in this room? Or is there a
of
possibility of a
character,
hidden
if-
room?
I
Yeah.
think we
Inside
need
of
to
the room?
inspect that trunk.
Edgar's room seems pretty well searched at this point.
Mm. Okay.
mean, there
Can
are-
I like measure the walls, like, or maybe somebody larger than me can help, like, measure the length of the corridor and check that there are no hidden rooms somewhere that we
With my
can't see?
arms.
Yeah.
I have very, very wide wingspan.
Doesn't seem like it, though. It is a little bit hard to tell down in a basement. I'll mention you have not searched all the rooms yet, but you've searched at one end of the hallway.
All right, which one's the next one that we have not searched?
I guess Gilby or Vanmir's.
Yeah, let's search
Varnier's.
the kids' room. Like it would be just like a kid to have stumbled upon something and
Yeah.
accidentally.
Mm.
It's just
So you're looking around in Gilby's room.
I think I will stand outside and let somebody else do it. Like I just feel like I'm too big and I'm not super
Mhm.
clumsy, but I don't want to accidentally break a kid's toy.
I
Who
have
wants
no
to search
problem
Gilby's?
rummaging.
Okay,
Mhm.
Polly, give us a quick investigation check.
Go, Polly. I'll stand in the
Oh.
doorway and help by pointing.
Terrible. Okay, you're helping. Thank
You
God.
look over there.
Oh,
you
it
check that
didn't help
corner?
much over there.
Sorry.
Investigation, you said?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
there's room for a
0.
couple people in
8.
that room.
Someone else rummage. Because I got an 8. I got an 8.
I'm also
You
going to
are-
rummage. Does anybody
Polly, you
else?
just dive in and you're finding all kinds of toys and kids junk and
Okay.
stuff. It looks
Uh,
like
I
Tulipa
get
is-
distracted and I start playing with it.
Yeah, you find like a really great dragon marionette and you are just all into it.
Nice.
Yeah, I am
Polly's
just
just
going to
walking
do some
around the
digging
room going,
around.
"Whoosh."
And I
Anyone
scored a
else with some good
17.
investigation?
So Tulipa, you are poking around with a 17. You start on the other side of the room. There's a little writing desk. There's a little writing desk that
There's also a writing dress.
no,
She gets
that's
dressed
not
up to
clearly.
write.
You
Does
gotta
not
get
make
fancy.
any
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Now we can't edit this out.
Don't
Little
worry, we'll
quills
make
all
sure
over
to
it.
bring it up in the future.
Good, less work.
The OG Miss
There's a
Frizzle.
little writing desk, and it looks like Gilby has been drawing pictures there. And Tulipa, there's kind of a stack of images that are kind of unsettling as far as children's art goes.
Yes.
That-
Okay. I would
Wow.
like to show this to everybody else.
I like that it's labeled upsetting image.
Yes.
Who drew this?
Gorgeous.
Tony, did you draw this?
No, I sourced this from the internet.
Oh.
So there's
Did
a
you just ask
variety.
him to draw upsetting images
No, it was available on the
in
internet.
MS Paint?
There are a series of images drawn in kind of I mean, I don't know if they have crayons in Dungeons and Dragons land, but in very bright contrasting colors with very simplistic images of people. And they show some very strange, unsettling scene. One of the images shows a person whose feet have been severed with blood pooling from the ankles. Another shows a boy underwater looking like he is drowning or dead. There's one with a dog with a severed hand in its mouth. And they're all rather unsettling.
Alrighty. I think we might need to go talk to Edgar and this lovely small child whose name I've currently forgotten. Because
Gelby.
Gelby, yeah, it seems like maybe Gelby knows something that she's yet to tell us.
Great
and
use
well,
of
she
color,
said
though.
Yeah, she said she was having
bad dreams.
upsetting dreams. Yeah, so
So I think we're going to need to be very gentle and persuasive, and see if we can get her to tell us a little bit more than what she's already shared. Is there anything else that we can see in this room? Can I do an Arcana check to make sure that there's nothing magical that could have been disturbing her dreams?
Go for it.
That's a 23.
Doesn't seem like it. You feel confident that it is not. Suddenly, the temperature in here feels like 20 degrees colder than it was before. Suddenly shivering.
You may or may not be readying a
Really
firebolt.
Cold. So cold.
Cold.
Feeling like the
Oh,
chill
I'm
touch
really
cantrip is not going to be very helpful right now.
You guys, I see dead people. Okay.
Did it seem like that happened when somebody did something specific? Was there a
Unclear.
trigger for that? Okay.
I mean, I just did an
I'm in the
Arcana
hallway.
check and I
Is it-
didn't see, like, I didn't feel anything magical in this room particularly.
Is it
So-
also cold in the hallway or is it just cold in the room? Because
It is cold in the hallway as well.
Okay.
Where
Can we check the Firefly room? Are the Fireflies okay? Is it cold in there too?
It is cold in there. The Crinkle is kind of running around, like checking on the fireflies. They seem kind of not as bright as before. It seems
Okay,
like-
I'm gonna light
Where's
a
the little
small
girl?
fire in the center of the Firefly room to make sure that Crinkle's not too worrying about fireflies. Keep them warm.
Okay. There's
Uh,
a little controlled magical fire pops up. Crinkle seems somewhat relieved by that, but also perhaps a little worried. Yeah, to your knowledge, Gilby is up in the main room with Katala, Varnier, Edgar, etc. Not possibly little Anthony.
Yeah, little Anthony's hanging out with her actually.
Little Anthony just working his way through a stack of toast the size of him.
I am so
Alright.
eating toast as soon as we are done with this.
I
you
know,
guys.
right? I had
Same.
toast for breakfast.
This
so now
episode
I
brought
want
to you
toast.
by Toast.
All
The
Nacho
concept of
toast.
toast. Check it
Hot
out
nacho
today.
toast.
right, I say we go talk to the little girl again.
Do we want to investigate the last room that's down?
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
should just do that.
I think we should investigate the last room and also possibly not all pounce on the little girl at the same time. I think that might be slightly terrifying.
Yeah.
The last room for you to investigate is Varnier's room, which I believe I described as being full of books. Lots of books that perhaps, as a sun elf, she is several hundred years old and has amassed a collection of personal books in her time here, perhaps at Candlekeep and before. And she has some nice reading lights here and a big cushion in the middle of the room. Does not look like there's a lot in terms of personal items that are not books. Heavy on the books. Do you
My
want to
kind of
do
people.
some investigation checks to find anything that is not
Yeah.
books?
I got a 6 minus 1, so I'm guessing.
I'm going to be helping
Someone
you with
else.
that.
See, 16 minus 1, so
There we
15.
go.
You are
Okay.
finding books, and more books. Hermione, you do a careful check to make sure that none of these books are levers that open a secret passageway. You'll feel confident that they are books.
I got
Yeah.
a 23 on an Arcana check. Are any of these books, a little bit shady?
None of the
in
books
terms
are
of magic?
magical.
Okay.
There is a Varnir has like this kind of green glowing continual light spell cast on a candle that is not actually lit in the middle of the room, but there's no other kind of magical things. That are
Can
getting your attention.
I use perhaps history or investigation to see if any of the book titles stand out in any way?
Yeah, sure. Give me a quick check.
I'll use investigation because I have +5.
I'll
So
help.
that gives me 16.
Lot of romance books, and then a little bit
Nice.
about Elven history, but like 85% romance.
I take note of some of the titles because, like, if she's, if these are ones that worth saving, like, I might want to check into these. later.
Well, yeah.
Same.
All right. Can
Like
I
Mantle
players? Can I get any good names of romance books available from the D&D era that somebody would keep in the basement of Candlekeep?
One of them
The
is
Elf
called
and the
a
Goliath.
castle for Christmas.
I was just
Castle
gonna
for
say
A castle for solstice.
Oh,
there
a
we
castle
go.
for solstice. All right,
Nice,
excellent.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice. The princess elf.
Mhm.
The evergreen tree in the castle.
Mm.
The journal.
You've
the
got
notebook.
you've got a scroll.
You've got a scroll. You've got a message
Nice.
spell waiting for you.
Listen,
Sleep-
Waterdeep.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I was just gonna say
Sleep-
that.
Waterdeep.
oh gosh.
Crust spells.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
Ooh, I like it.
Practical magic.
Mhm.
All right, that's the.
All right, we're done.
Kathy wins. Kathy wins.
All right. Okay. So that's what Varnir has to offer. But it sounds like you want to head back up to the main room.
Yeah.
All right, up in the main room, things are a little bit different here. Katala is standing by the stairs, waiting for you all to come up, and kind of rocking back and forth on her heels, muttering slash humming the song. I'm so glad you came back. We were very worried something has happened to Edgar. Over by the table, Edgar is on the floor. He seems to be not doing well. There's still kind of a horrible humming noise coming from him, but he also looks like his eyes are all kind of glassy, and there's kind of like a bit of frothing at his mouth, and he looks like just extremely unwell.
Can I do a medicine check to see if this is anything I recognize?
Yes, you run over and check on him.
Okay, so I rolled 18 plus 1 is 19.
Varnir is over comforting Gilby and mainly trying to keep Gilby from looking in the direction of Varnir. So Tulipa, you flit over there and take a look at him. Edgar is still kind of just barely humming the horrible tune. But as you kind of inspect him, he is cold to the touch. There's like spit on his lips, and it seems like he is partially paralyzed. It seems like this may be that, in his advanced age, perhaps he is susceptible to this curse spreading faster than the other occupants of Firefly Seller. He does not seem well.
I wonder, do any of us have like a sleep spell that we could cast on him? Like, or would that make it worse?
I think that might make it worse.
Right.
Like there's the possibility, because we don't know what we're dealing with, that anything that we do is going to make it worse
Yeah.
rather
I think
than
we need
help
to
him. And
Find
we don't
out
want
what's
to kill
going
him.
on first.
Yeah. So is he able to communicate in any way?
He
Or is he
seems
just-
completely out of it.
Okay.
I'm curious about.
He seems
Galby's-
unaware of your presence.
I'm curious about Galby's reaction to this. He said that Varnir's trying to like distract her, but does she even seem remotely upset, or is she just humming and
She
dancing and
looks
spinning?
terrified.
Oh, okay.
Can I suggest that maybe we carry Abner downstairs to his bed? I know it's cold down there, but then at the very least he's in his
I
bed.
think we should
and
keep everybody together.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Maybe we can
if
move
he's
him
the
around the other
Cuddles.
side of some of these bookcases.
Put him on cuddles.
Oh yeah, Cuddles is ready.
and say play
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Cuddles
And maybe we can just move him to the other side of some of these bookcases, just so that Galeby can't quite so easily see what's going on, but we can still keep an eye on him very easily.
All right, you do that. You bring him over. You
Yep.
possibly wrap him in a smothering rug. Reform.
Which has been told to
Reform.
play nice.
Yeah, like
Reform.
trained.
it's a cuddling rug, Tony.
Yes.
And it's been told to play nice.
Yeah, he seems not well. He's
I'm gonna relight my torch and position my torch in such a way that A, we make sure that we definitely always have lights so that we can always see him, and B, potentially provides a little bit of warmth. Don't know.
all right. Katala is happy to stand watch and hold the torch, but next to Edgar, though Katala seems like she is possibly dealing with some state of shock as she is rocking back and forth on her heels, muttering the song to herself.
I mean, because he was the most affected, do you think that he's like the epicenter of this thing?
That is plausible.
I don't know how to.
Or that
check
he's
that
just most
necessarily, though.
susceptible.
Yeah.
Old.
I am going to say persuasively to Katala that everything is going to be fine. Unfortunately,
persuasion.
that was a 1, which gives me which doesn't give me
Katala kind of rolls her eyes and says, I appreciate what you're trying to do.
Does anybody help me with that?
I'm not good at persuasion.
Would healing word help? Does he have like hit points that are down, or he's just kind of like losing it?
He is kind of losing it. I mean,
Okay.
He is unwell. I think because the source of his maladies is magical and not physical in nature. It's possible that you could extend his life if he was. He's not dying, but he's really, really close to it.
I am
So,
going to get the cat over here to try and help keep him warm.
Okay.
And I
mean,
don't know. Tell us if
he-
something's going wrong.
A healing word probably wouldn't help. It might like slow down whatever is happening.
Mhm.
I've seen that before.
What
Like,
are
even if
these
it
other
doesn't save 'em.
staircases around this
yeah.
room?
Hermione's gonna, do her little like dance over to this door down in the south side.
Okay.
And gently boop, kick it forward with a
Okay. The door, it seems like there was probably like a flimsy lock on the staff only area that you kicked open. Seems like, thankfully, everyone is concerned about Edgar right now. And so no one is there to perhaps notice what you were doing, Hermione. You are looking into, let's see, what is this room? This is the bindery. I said maybe that either that is obvious to you or there was a label on the door. So there's like a workroom back here. There are leather bits, wood shavings, and paper scraps littering this workroom to the south of the main library room. There's a huge workbench that kind of runs most of the room. There's tools and contraptions all around. It basically looks like this is a place where books would be rebound. So there's a small section of books in different states of disrepair, and there's a bunch of stools at the workbench and some leather aprons and whatnot. So this looks like a place that books get repaired.
All right. I'm gonna roll investigation. I got a 10.
Okay.
I was going to help
Um,
with that.
All right. Roll with advantage,
Kind of
Hermione.
just
Rolled
followed
a
you.
5. So
Okay. I mean, I'm trying to help.
yeah.
All right, you rolled a 10. Well, it's not too hard to find. You find basically by the door, there's kind of like an old-timey clipboard with a bunch of work orders on it. And it says there's a bunch of entries with pending repairs. The titles listed and their work orders are Festivals and Festivities of Ancient Coromir, replace cover. Living a Dream, 3 Years Among the Stone Giants, replace cover. Shemshime's Bedtime Rhyme, repair spine. Halfling Superstitions, rebind.
I
That's
mean,
what
the
you
fact
figure,
Last two
Hermione.
of those sound the most curious.
that we
Mhm.
know the title of this adventure,
Yeah.
We're not supposed to know.
player knowledge versus character
Character
knowledge.
Yep.
Well,
I
let's
didn't look
investigate
directly
these
into the
books.
camera while I read that one. You know.
I feel like we should investigate these books further.
Okay.
Perhaps all of them, because they were all damaged in the same way. They also need replacement covers, though in the bindings area, perhaps less unusual, but definitely.
You want to look around this room?
Yep, I do.
Give me a quick perception check, Tulipa.
All right. That's persuasion. That's perception. There we go.
Here you
Oh, 19.
You have no trouble noticing, looking around the workbench. There are 3 books that are there that are being basically in mid repair. Those 3 books, of course, are Festivals and Festivities of Ancient Coromir. Looks like the cover is half attached. Living a Dream, 3 Years Among the Stone Giants, also having its cover reattached. And Halfling Superstitions, which is set up in some kind of machine that looks like it's going to redo the binding on it.
There's a book missing here.
Oh.
There are
Did you
4
notice
books
that?
on the clipboard.
Yeah, there are
There's
4
a book
books
missing
on
here.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Where's the missing
I wonder
book?
what that book is.
Do you want to roll an intelligence check to know what the missing book is?
I don't think we need to do that,
Yeah,
Tony.
you don't need to do that.
I mean, yeah.
Okay. The answer to that is no. No, thank you, Tony.
There are 4 books. We found 3 of them.
Mhm.
Yeah, for the record, I am still out in the main room, kind of keeping an eye on everybody else, just to make sure.
Who's the most afflicted? Epner?
Ebder.
Ebder.
Yeah.
Is he a bookbinder? Was he working on these books?
I mean, I think all of the librarians theoretically would have been working in this room. There are several stools of different heights, so hard to say necessarily who would have, or presumably Katala, unlikely to have ever been in this room, given that he is just a visitor.
Can we go back into the main room and ask who was
Working here.
working
Sure.
in the book room and
Yeah.
who received these books for repair?
And
Mhm.
I'm just gonna hover by the door. Hermione, obviously you are more than welcome to pass.
Yes.
Just because I feel like there is perhaps information in this room that we have yet to reveal.
Okay.
Slash if somebody tries to sneak in there. Be good to know. So I'm just gonna hover slightly out of sight, like, perching on top of a bookshelf.
All right, should I work this room because I'm shouty?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do it.
I mean,
Hey,
first
hey, you book people. Who is working on repairing the books today?
Varner
And
says,
yesterday.
Yesterday,
we've-
today, tomorrow, whatever time.
We've
Just
all been
who?
in there at some point. That's the binder. You really shouldn't be in there, but I suppose we're all going to die here. What does anything matter anymore? Why does no one listen to me?
Okay. It's okay. Do. I know I got it too, but we're gonna figure this out. Okay. So who checked in these books on the clipboard? Who wrote this down?
They would have been a work order from the main library. Says Varnier. Do.
Do we know where the 4th one is?
It appears we have a missing book.
Oh,
We want to find it.
what's the missing book? Says Varnier.
Bedtime rhymes.
Very strange.
Shemshimes.
I hate when books get misshelved. Makes all of Candlekeep look bad. From the north, you hear something. There's a doorway on the north side of the library that you have not yet explored, and from beyond that doorway, there's no doubt in your mind where this is coming from. But you hear a strange voice, a voice that seems to be singing some kind of song that seems to match the horrible tune trapped within your head. The horrible voice sounds something like this. See a mother scything wheat, forgotten husband sleeping near. With one swing she took his feet, with another took his ear. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causing grief avoids the blame. Shemshime. See a dog that knows how to heal, never heed plea nor command. Mother gave it a tasty meal, dog chose instead to eat her hand. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Does causes grief avoids the blame? Shemshime. See a son doing chores, washing clothes for folks in town, fell into the river's roar, sank to the bottom and drowned. Does the shadow have a name? Shemshime. Causes grief avoids the
I'm
blame.
just gonna ready a
Shemshime.
firebolt.
What is the source of this horrible singing? Is this related to the curse that befalls our adventure? Almost certainly. What horrors yet await them here in Firefly Seller? And will they ever see the surface world again? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill. Goodbye, nerds. Yeah.
Jam shine. Shine.
Wow.
Let me I
Mhm.
believe I have the lyrics of the horrible song somewhere that I
That's
can.
It's awful.
You know what?
I mean,
I'm
it's fine.
good.
I got it from the picture. We're good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yikes.
Maybe for
Yep.
next time, remind us.
It's
Yep.
always the creepy kid.
As always.
I mean,
It's
we
always-
already
yep.
knew it's the creepy kid.
Yeah.
Let me see here.
Though I would like to point out, I started with the kid.
You did,
Yeah,
I'm really
totally.
impressed because I genuinely did not think that kid was going to be helpful.
So
at all,
I
and you
have been
went
reading
straight for the kid.
Garth Nix, Sabriel L'Oreal of Porson. And I remembered there's one point where Sabriel's trying to figure something out, and she asks the child because the child is less bound by magic than others, and therefore knows more and is able to speak more freely.
Fascinating.
And I thought that might apply to D&D, and here we are. It was worth a try.
Yeah.
Well, it also applies
Pretty
to
great.
life. Kids usually listen more than you think they do.
Yeah.
They know all the stuff.
yes.
They got all the hot goss, let me tell you.
Yeah,
know
no, my
all the things.
yeah, my boss at work the other day was saying that his toddlers started picking up words which he didn't think he or his wife or any of the other kids were saying at home, and not only that, but managing to use them perfectly in context, which is fabulous when it's the delivery person who's
Yeah.
there going, "What did your 2-year-old just say?"
Yeah.
Nice.
Kids are great.
Yeah, kids are fabulous.
Oh, good. Tony has provided us with the
Oh,
rhyme.
and they look
There you go.
creepy too.
You're
Oh,
of
yeah.
course I do.
Excellent.
All right. Live stream
The
slash
singing was
bootleg.
fabulous.
Thank you. That was you don't know yet what was singing those. It'll be great. Live stream
wait.
slash bootleg. Thank you for listening slash watching. I think we are going to sign out for the day, but we will be back sometime, somewhere, somehow with
In the
more
future.
of
Future.
Shemshime's
With
bedtime
magic.
rhyme.